and Styles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Very excited about the start of today's show because right before the show started, Alan and I decided, what do you think of this, Jay? It's like 2 for the show. We start the show at 2 with 2 for the show. I threw that at Alan, says, I like that.
That's right.
Yeah. I said, I don't know. He said, oh, we should do it. We just don't know what it is.
No, we know what it is. 2 for the show. And what it is, just to clear everything up for everybody.
And for me,
it's the 2 big things that we focus on in the 2 o'clock hour of the show.
Oh, okay.
That's right. And the first thing is how important it is for the Kings to take care of business as far as lose tonight to the Indiana Pacers.
To lose to the Pacers, the Kings are going to need to become the Pacers. They have used 35 different starting lineups because they've had a lot of injuries. I know the Kings, I don't know how many. The Kings have had a ton as well. That's the most in the NBA, by the way, 35 different starting lineups for the Pacers. And the way Rick Carlisle talks about it, of course, coaches never say, well, we want to lose games. No, they've always got a way of explaining it. Right. Quote, this is an opportunity to look at everything, and we're looking at a lot of different guys, a lot of different combinations. And by the time we're done, we're going to have a significant amount of information collected on our entire team. This is meaningful, end quote. And that needs to be the mantra for the Kings going forward. We're looking at a lot of different guys. We're gathering information.
Yeah.
And that's very valuable.
Well, and here's the thing, too. It's almost as if the league came on very strong at the very beginning with the fining when they fined the Jazz, and they wanted to make it very clear, hey, we're not going to stand for this. But we've seen this before in other situations, Whitey. Once you do something, then it kind of cools off a bit. So the league came in hot. They were fine. Wasn't it at the Pacers? It was the Jazz and the Pacers.
Yes.
But then, as far as I know,
was only like $100,000.
Yeah. As far as I know, they haven't fined anyone since. So it's almost like this is the time, and we know that it's happened, so this is the time, to your point, to see what else is out there, to get a bit inventive. And here's the other piece of this. When this stuff happens, I wonder, very similar to when you're watching, Lou Dort had everybody talking yesterday. He whacked Jokic in the face because the last time they played, last week, there was a situation where Lou Dort and Jokic got into it.
Did you, by the way, see the video of the OKC broadcast?
Announcers, yeah.
Didn't even touch him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But in those situations, normally the second person, they are the ones that get in trouble. We see the same things in football as well. So if you are reacting to a tanking situation, I feel like Adam Silver should say, well, what were they supposed to do, right? So you have, again, to reiterate, you have Jarris Walker, who's probable, but Zubac is out. You have Pascal Siakam, who I believe is out. Yes,
Nembhard's questionable, I think.
He's still at doubtful as of about 10 minutes ago. TJ McConnell is out, along with the guys that are obviously who have been out, like Tyrese Halliburton. So if you look at that, and now the Kings say, all right, well, now Malik's pinky isn't feeling too well or whatever. If you're Adam Silver, do you put them both in the same category, or do you say, well, the Pacers struck first with this, so I don't really know I understand, I don't know what the Kings are supposed to do, so maybe the fine is a little less than this, but you got to look at the conversation and the situation. There's a bunch of talk about how many franchise changers there are in this group, and it was Brian Windhorst who we talked to somebody in in a front office that said they would value this number 1 pick around $100 million. When we were having that conversation, could you just be a free agent, right? What would you do? If you look at it like that, Whitey, you need to do whatever is appropriate as far as what you believe, if you're the Kings, to get this done. If you decide whoever, Westbrook, Malik, whoever, just doesn't feel well today and you've had those conversations, you shouldn't really give a bleep if you do get fined $50,000 because you're looking at the larger prize.
Indiana is highly motivated to tank because, as we were talking before the show, they traded for Ivica Zubac, they got from the Clippers, and they traded their first pick, Indiana's first pick, protected 1 to 4. So if that pick ends up 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's also protected 10 to 30. So if that pick, Indiana's first pick, if it ends up 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's gone.
Yeah.
Goes to the Clippers.
To the Clippers.
Yeah. So their best shot at getting a 1 through 4 pick is finishing with the worst record, although even then it's about 50-50. So I guess that's the Pacers' way of looking at it and going, top 4, man, great players there. After that, we just as soon have Zubats as we would anybody going like 5 through 9.
Exactly. Well, I mean, they're just valuing what they think Zubats is going to do as much as they're valuing the possibility that they were to get 5 through 9. But now you're seeing to that point, they could get fined. You know, I still think what the whole argument about you sending out team doctors or league doctors or whatever it is, I still think that the Pacers could get fined for a game like this, and it is a back-to-back for the Kings, and the Kings will have a game tomorrow when they take on the Hornets. The Hornets have the front half of a back-to-back. So the Pacers, I think, are very aware that they could get fined for something like this, but to my point, they just don't care.
Right.
They do not care.
Monetarily, it's like, oh, we'll pay the fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, again, this is where we find out from the Kings, and I just refreshed it. Like I said, Whitey, this was as of 1:45. Okay, and nothing has changed from the Kings side of things as far as the injury report. So this is where we find out how much the Kings are really, really deep down in this as far as making sure that they put themselves in the best and or worst position possible for the game tonight. And by the way, obviously DeMar DeRozan missed his first game. He's not on it, okay? He is not on it as of 1:45. So maybe that illness, maybe he's feeling a little bit better.
From the 530, pardon me. Not your friend in the 530. I know there's a huge, at least one huge Alan Stiles fan from the 530. But on the text line, I'm going to call you Alan Zero Integrity Styles. You play your best players. It's lame to just flat out bench healthy players. But here's the thing. The Kings are one of the teams in this situation. You're on the horns of a dilemma. No matter which way the Kings play it, there's terrific downside, tremendous downside. If you say, we're going to play with integrity, other teams are really tanking, sitting healthy players, we're not going to do it. Okay, great. You can feel good about that, but your chances of getting a top 4 pick are going to go down. Or you can play the game and, look like a clown show and threaten the integrity of the game. A lot of other teams are doing it. Do you want to do that? It probably makes the most sense long term, but either way you go, there's some real downside to it.
Well, and I would just say to the 530, everybody really has heard me and what I've had to say about basketball karma. I have my line, and a lot of this, to be clear, is what the Kings should do if that's what they care about. I'm not necessarily saying to do any of this. What I'm saying is, if you are prioritizing the best chance to have the number 1 pick, that's probably what you should do. I'm very torn on it. And I've told y'all before, when people were saying that Precious Achiuwa should get pulled out during his career night, I was severely against it. When people have said people should, the Kings should pull out Daquan Plowden on a 2-way deal because he's shooting too well, I was completely against it. There's just a certain line, and I feel like people are picking and choosing when they want to compete and when they don't. Because there are a lot of people that didn't want to see what's the line between Russell Westbrook playing 35 minutes and getting young guys more time, right? The Purple Haze, your boy of the world, Killian Hayes. I don't know what the line on that is, but I've never said they made the decision to put, to have Domantas Sabonis. He had that surgery, or he made that decision. Zach LaVine, he got that surgery. So we're
Happy
already
birthday, Zach LaVine.
Happy birthday, Zach LaVine. I think he's 31 now. So we're already here. Right? I would not be saying this if we weren't already here. And even still, I have a line. So you can call me Zero Integrity. You have no clue how dirty people really want to play this thing. And I've been the one.
I don't even know if it's dirty.
Well, I've been the one to say I don't want to go that far. Right? There is a line. And I've told everybody what my line is. Guys that have legitimate contracts, we can have that conversation. When it comes to minimum contract guys, I know Westbrook's a weird situation, but minimum contract guys and guys that are on 2-ways, if they are doing their thing, I would not pull them out. So that's where my line is. Everybody's got a different line. If you want to, my whole thing is this. It's the same thing I said with the Raiders with the Max Crosby situation. You had however many games, we got 17 games left. I don't care about what you do in these 17 games. I was gung-ho on this team being the 8 seed to start the season. That ship is gone. So we can talk about integrity. The team is terrible. So
Scott,
at the very least, you can leave here just like that. Hey, Jay, just like that Denzel meme with Jamie Foxx. I'm leaving here with something. It's too late now. We want to talk about integrity, and I still have a line. Don't get me wrong.
Why? Why do you even have a line?
Because
I'm with you.
Because I think it's weird.
Scott says if you lose intentionally, you're showing the young guys it's okay to lose, so it's okay to be losers. Bad message. Win every game possible. Scott, we talked about this yesterday. There's players like Shea and Cade, and they went through the losing, and they are not losers.
No.
They did not learn that, I guess it's okay to lose. No, they understand.
And by the way,
19-year-old can understand. All right, where long-term, it's beneficial to the franchise if we don't win these games.
916-339-1140. Because we see this a lot. And you know what, Whitey? It's one of those things where it's just fun. It's just nice to say, right? You're teaching losing, right? So can somebody give us an example of a team that never learned how to win? Just like you said, Whitey has given examples of teams that were dog doo-doo, right? They were bad, and then they got good, and then some of them won a championship. Some of them have been in the mix time and time again.
The Spurs have been tanking.
So we have examples of that not mattering. Can someone give us an example of, man, that team, even though they got Cade, they just never learned how to win?
Someone would say, Washington.
They're still turning it around, though.
They are.
They're not done yet.
I'm not saying they're right, but that would be a team that someone would throw out.
It has to be
Utah.
whatever amount of time after you have, and Utah doesn't have their franchise guy, really.
But Utah and Washington continue to lose, not because the players haven't learned how to win. It's because the franchises are still trying to lose.
Yes. They give us a team. They came out of the tank, and you think in your heart of hearts, man, if they had just won those last 17 games, they'd be champions now. I mean, it's a bit high school to me, this idea.
Harry High School? Harry High School?
Harry High School.
Is it a little Harry High School?
Look, I understand. These guys are 18. Well, actually, on the Kings, they're about 24, 25 years old.
Yeah.
Okay? They're going to win when they win. Somebody's bringing up the Pelicans. Is that the Pelicans, or is that Zion can't stay on the court? I don't know.
The Pelicans haven't tanked. When did they tank?
I guess they're saying when they got Zion and Trey, I can't remember where Trey Murphy was drafted, but they have pieces. They went and got DeJounte Murray. And by the way, don't forget Dyson Daniels. He said them boys out there, and it's New Orleans, he said they're cursed. So I don't know
there you go.
what's going on in New Orleans, but I don't know. To your point, Whitey, when they left the tank or didn't leave the tank, and then they're trading for Derek Queen, I can give it to you 707, but again, I just think it's very easy to say. And you're not going to, by the way, we still don't have the franchise guy on this team. So you're not going to convince me that taking a chance and ruining your opportunity to get a top, the best pick in the draft, or at worst, a number 5 pick, is worth it to win a couple more games the last 17 games of the season.
You know, the Houston Astros tanked.
For a long time.
Big time.
Yeah.
We just don't think of baseball teams as tanking, but they did, and they ended up winning. Okay, maybe it was a little tainted, but they won, World Series.
Yeah. Somebody, Sandwich Magic says the Sixers. You mean the Sixers that were in the playoffs for like 6 seasons straight? What are we talking about? Now, they didn't win the championship, but we're in Sacramento, we're talking about the playoffs. We're not talking about a parade just yet. So if you're telling me that, oh, man, no, you could end up like the Sixers and have 5 consecutive seasons in the playoffs, oh, I'll take that.
There's also this, Alan. I know that you were talking about Brian Windhorst and Vincent Goodwill on the, the Hoop Collective podcast. Mm-hmm. And according to Vincent Goodwill, I know they were talking about this on the Matt and Kayla show, and Alan heard it, and he's the one who told me about it. Vincent Goodwill said he talked to somebody in the NBA who said, okay, Peterson, multi-time All-Star, going to be a really good player. But if you're looking for a life-changing player in this draft, there's one, and it's A.J. Devonta.
Yeah.
So you want to maximize your chances of getting that guy. Odds are you won't get him.
Yeah.
But here you are. You've been through all this year. You've lost all these games, and you're close now, and now you're going to say, well, we won't stoop to that level. We're going to win games. Mm-hmm. And actually decrease your chances of getting the best player? Why?
I'll try to make everybody feel a little bit better about this. And I know Keegan hasn't played a ton, but Keegan was asked about this a couple times.
By the way, I think 2 weeks is coming up Friday for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, a lot of these dudes, They won state championships, right? They went to big colleges that were at least decent, had decent runs in March Madness, things like that. If they're from Europe or whatever, they've all had a lot of success coming into the league. And I'll remember when Keegan was talking about this season. When you hear Keegan talk about this season, Keegan is not okay with losing. Now, he hasn't gotten to play a lot, but Keegan is not okay with losing. He has said, I don't like it. I don't like any part of it, right? We know Doug is not okay with losing. That's number two. And I also heard Nick Clifford just last week.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
stop you one second? Because this is to your point. Hey, Jay, do you remember this? This was Matt mentioned this today. I thought it was interesting. He said that when Coach Christie was on this station, he had said, I don't like losing on purpose, but I understand tanking. Do you remember him ever saying that? Again, this was Coach Christie was here saying along the lines of, I get tanking, but I don't like losing.
Before he was a
He
coach?
got proof?
Yes.
While he was a host?
Yes.
He's got proof of that?
No, but that's what he says he remembers him saying, just that he understood that sometimes you have to tank, but didn't like it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so
yeah.
we don't have confirmation from Jay on that.
So the last thing I was going to say is that I heard Nick Clifford last week. Okay, and by the way, I just had to tell everybody, and I told you I'm not saying, like Voldemort, I'm not saying Westbrook's name too much anymore, but Westbrook fans are actually upset with the young guys because the media availability after the fallout, they felt like the young guys weren't happy enough or they weren't appreciative enough of Westbrook standing up for them. So I just had to tell you that because I found that pretty funny. But in that, yeah. So in that same clip where Nick Clifford is asked about Westbrook, if I'm not mistaken, he also just gets asked about the season. And Nick, I think he was using the wrong term because a couple times he said, I had to learn to lose, right? I think what he meant was I had to get used to losing because I wasn't used to it,
You don't
right?
lose many games
No,
if you're on a good team.
exactly.
And in the pros, even on a good team. It happens a lot.
Exactly. So my point is, anybody that's worried about these guys getting used to losing and that culture and this and that, when we're talking about just a level of talent that's in the building, that's what it comes down to in the pros. Do you have enough talent? It's not going to be a matter of, we're talking about a late first-round pick, a second-round pick, and an undrafted guy in Dylan Cardwell. Whatever ends up happening with the Kings in the future, it's not going to be because of how these 17 games end. It's not going to be because they beat an even worse, by tanking-wise, Pacers team. That stuff is not going to matter. That's my opinion. Anybody can obviously disagree with it, but we do not have, like you said, somebody brought up the Sixers, somebody brought up the Pelicans, and the Pelicans might be cursed, and they also don't have their franchise player because Zion can't stay on the floor. So we have more examples of teams stinking and figuring out that they don't stink or just getting more talent versus, this team, they got all the talent. Give me this one. A team that has all the talent in the world, and not Zion. I'll give you the Pelicans if you want. A team with all the talent in the world but can't figure it out because they're just used to losing. Mm-hmm. Just play it out for me versus used to losing. Trust me, I would know.
Sam Darnold a loser? He was on a lot of bad teams early in his career.
He didn't get used to losing. He had to get that palate cleanse with the Niners.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
That's right. He had to get that palate cleanse with the Niners. That's what happened.
I understand the concern, and I know it's hard, especially if your values are more traditional. It's hard to think, my team is trying to lose, and I'm supposed to get behind that? Mm-hmm. I get it, but right now, that's where the Kings are. They're right in the thick of this thing. By the way, thank goodness last night we had both the Jazz and the Nets. They both won.
I saw that. That was huge. But let me just close with this. Once you decide who's playing, I've told y'all before, you let the chips fall where they may. There's no reason that Russ should be playing over 25 minutes. That's how I've always felt. And I feel the same thing about DeMar DeRozan. Those guys are in a different category. And we're going to talk about Malik Monk today.
And we don't know if DeMar's, at least I don't know. If
he's not on the injury report,
yeah.
but we'll see. We're going to talk about Malik Monk today because that's a guy that we haven't really talked about because it's an interesting situation. But outside of that, if you start Precious Achiuwa, you let the chips fall where they may. If you, whoever you start, Daquan Plowden, whoever, there is a line where you just let the chips fall where they may. Mm-hmm. But you still should put yourself in a good position. I am not arguing, hey, Precious has 20 points in the third. Let's pull him, right? I would even argue I didn't like when they did that with Sabonis when he was destroying. I can't remember if they won that game or not. But Sabonis probably could have had 40 and 20 in that game, and he didn't play in the last quarter. I thought that was annoying, right? I thought that was annoying. But you make certain decisions, and then you let the chips fall where they may, but you still should put yourself in the most opportune position to do so.
Scott says if they just won the last 17 games, they would have something to be proud of. No, that's a bad idea. Instead, lose them all and sneak out the back door after game 82 so you don't have to look anybody in the eye. I prefer the first option. Bless you, Scott. I just don't think that's the wisest approach. From the 916, the players say it all the time when trades happen. It is a business. This is a business decision.
Yeah. Look, man, if this was, I would be having a completely different conversation if this was fringe play-in. I think that would make this thing much more fascinating.
So what do you do tonight? Forget the theoretical. How about tonight? Forget the abstract. What do you do tonight?
I mean,
how do you play it?
The Pacers already laid it out. If Siakam and the crew were playing, I think you play it straight up. The Pacers said, we are not playing it straight up. They have showed their hand. So, in my opinion, Russ, his pinky toe might hurt a little bit. You know, DeMar still got some sniffles.
Well, I told you yesterday, I know you disagreed. Because of Russ's, he's 37, you can, by rule, the player participation policy, you can rest a veteran player who's 35 or older, I think it is, on one end of the back-to-back. So I could rest Russ tonight, play him tomorrow if he wants to play. So, because there's a chance that the Hornets going to beat me no matter how well I play against them. So I sit Russ tonight, hoping to lose tonight, and I lose them both. Alan, boom.
Yeah.
But you want to do it the other way around.
Well, I'm of the mindset that, with all that being said, at 20 minutes later, I'm of the mindset that the Kings will win tonight. I don't think there's anything they can do. The Pacers, they're going deep, right? They're going deep in the tank for this one. So I would just say, all right, well, Russ, don't play tonight. Right? Or no, Russ, play tonight because it doesn't make a difference, but we need to make sure that we lose tomorrow. That's how I would do it.
To me, it's like Rick Carlisle says, an opportunity to look at everything. We're looking at a lot of different guys. I'm giving Killian Hayes a start tonight.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Killian Hayes and Devin Carter in my backcourt.
That is not
happening. See what that looks like.
Yeah.
Gathering information.
But Whitey,
I don't think it will happen, but it's what I would do.
Yeah, but what? I mean, isn't there, we talk about the line. Is that just, I mean, the Pacers are being obvious. The problem is the Pacers have these guys on the injury report. Can you even do that? Just start these guys?
Sure.
I mean, if you're okay with the fine.
I don't think there's any league rules about who you have to start.
No. But I'm saying, hey, we're going to start these guys. If Adam want to call us later, he can call us later.
Yeah, but he can't. What's he going to say? They can't take action against you for who you start. Now, if you have healthy guys that don't play, that's a whole different deal.
Yeah.
But I can start whoever I want, Adam Silver.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if this turns into, honestly, I don't think we'll have a conversation about 25, 30 minutes for DeMar and Russ because I think that they're going to play it straight up. They're going to whoop the you-know-what out of the Pacers, and you'll get your Killian Hayes minutes, but you ain't getting it in a loss.
Jay, I'm reverse competitive. The Pacers are going after something that I want, and how are they going to try to get it? By not playing their best players. All right, I'll play that game too because I want to be better than you at losing.
I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's deep. You got to go deep.
Yeah, I know.
You got to go deep.
I know.
I don't think the Kings got it in them. I truly don't. And to be fair, as we were listening, or I was listening to the midday show when I was driving in, and I told you about this in our pre-show, how Kayla was mentioning how Scott Perry has a really tough job, and it reminded me of our conversation with who has a tougher job, Scott or Doug Christie. I understand it in spurts how he has a tough job, but right now, I think if it is tough, it's because of Scott Perry. He did it to himself. You know what I mean? Deciding to care this much about what Russ brings to the table as far as a mentor and DeMar DeRozan. I know DeMar's a little bit stickier than Russ, but you put yourself in this position with these vets. You did.
Yep. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. PGM, pool guy Mark joins us once again. Hey, Mark. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, I'm actually going going to the game tonight. I grabbed tickets before. Yeah, exactly. What's funny is I'm looking at the lottery odds, and it's like, like if you get the first pick, I mean, and I think the last, 4 or 5, lotteries have panned out this way. I mean, you're almost guaranteed the 5th pick. Mm-hmm. It's almost better to be, the second worst team in the league. It seems like you actually have a slightly less chance of getting the 5th or 6th pick. And then in this draft, like, if you don't have 1 through 4, then what's the difference between 5, 6, and 7 for the Kings, really?
That's how the Pacers feel too, Mark. That's how the Pacers agree with you on that. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, here's the problem. I mean, I just want to refund all this money going. It should be going to the fans. I mean, I got these tickets pretty cheap, but in theory, I could have spent a lot of money for these tickets, and I'm getting to watch G League players. I mean, it's an embarrassment. Like these teams should get a draft pick. They should be at the bottom of the first or something. Like this is uncomprehendable, really, from a player or a fan. I'm sorry, just to be. We're the ones who can lose out, and we have to watch people try to bend the laws just to save the pick. I mean, this is really sad. So that's my 2 cents. But I'm actually feeling a little bit better about as long as we don't get out of the 3rd worst team.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mark. And I'll say this: this isn't just a Kings thing. Everybody does this. I mean, I'm trying to think: is there anybody that hasn't gone through a tank at some point? Maybe Boston. But I mean, I remember the Warriors they won 15 games one year. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes through it because it's the smartest thing to do. And anybody that says, I don't like it, I totally understand. But it's still the smartest thing to do if you're trying to rebuild. We used to call it a rebuild, Alan.
Yeah.
Now it's tanking. It's the best way to do it if you're trying to build up your team again and become formidable. Not just okay, but a really good team as soon as possible. It's the smartest approach. It's not foolproof, and it doesn't always work, but it's still the smartest approach.
Yeah, and the Kings were in a tough spot last season because of everybody's boy, Red Velvet, because the reality is, I don't know, maybe they would have looked at last season differently with that Zach LaVine deal because you could have hopped into the tank last season. I think it was a bit unceremonious how things ended, and that's why Kings fans are just not really thrilled to be doing it now.
Is there anything that the Kings can learn from the Raiders' rapid rebuild? We'll see what Alan thinks of that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
The Kings play here, baby. Tonight, Kings and Pacers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
At Planet Fitness, we're getting strong for the season's biggest games. Join now and your first month is free. Whether you're chasing a buzzer beater or your everyday goals, we've got next-level amenities like red light recovery and hydro massage to help you rebound and recover. Plus, with the PF Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and access over 2,800 locations. Join now for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, March 13th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Welcome to the Barn and Auction.
Barn and Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, March 14th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnandauction.com. Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Line dancing, mechanical bulls, and food trucks. Make it a lucky night out of live country music and dancing for your crew. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Residents in Cal Expo and Gornick Academy. More info at CITBfest.com.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at pepsipromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of PepsiCo Inc.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
I know you guys love the World Baseball Classic, Jay and Alan. It's been a lot of fun, and David Sampson's going to join us today at 4:30. He's been really enjoying it, but I have to say, and I watched last night, USA against Mexico, and it was USA was up 5-0, and then they hung on. They won 5-3. Pretty good game. But I was reading today, MLB.com, USA beats Mexico in a thriller. I was like, no.
I mean, it was closer than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, good game, but
right.
Thriller?
I mean, within 2 runs, I guess you can just say it. But I thought it was going to be a blowout. So based on, and I said that yesterday. So
yeah, I know Mexico, top of the ninth, they got a runner on. So it's like, okay, it's interesting, good game, but
no. I mean, the biggest thing was this whole Randy Arozarena Cal Raleigh thing, and was he joking? From what I've read, sounds like Randy wasn't joking. As far as the, what he said after, bleep off, and he can take that, how you doing, and shove it up your whatever. I'm just confused because, a lot of people seem to be upset with Team USA or Cal Raleigh on this one. Ain't this what y'all wanted?
Oh,
right?
You mean that they won? That they're so dominant? Or?
Well, no, that he didn't shake hands with Randy Arozarena.
Do you know why catchers are not doing that, according to ESPN?
The pine tar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pine tar thing.
Because if a catcher shakes hands with a hitter, the catcher gets pine tar in his hand. That gets on the ball. And then some of that gets on the pitcher's hand. When the umpire checks the pitcher, you're out of here.
Right. I've heard that too. Maybe that's part of it.
It's already happened, I think, twice in this.
Yes,
tournament.
I saw that. And, obviously they're teammates. They just went to, what was it, the ALCS. So, I don't know. We'll know more.
They're the team du jour, and I know you are irritated by that. The Mariners.
Oh, well, don't. Yeah, they just can't do anything wrong. It's their world. We're just living in it. I thought, did they win the World Series? I forgot. But I was just confused at why people were upset with Cal Raleigh, because we get mad when they're patting butts in basketball and they're patting butts in baseball, and we want that old school feel. And, you're wearing your country on your chest. I mean, I don't think people understand or really know what they want these days. Besides, they just want to complain. And I would know because I like to complain. But in that situation, I thought, good. Who cares? I mean, when you step outside the lines, you're boys. When you're both wearing the Mariners uniform, you're boys. You're not wearing the Mariners uniform.
Would you, under any circumstances in a real baseball game, go up to the catcher when you're headed for the batter's box and go to shake his hand?
I never did.
No, that's not a thing.
I never. But if it was my teammate though, that's the difference.
I'd say, "What's up with a big dog?" You just get in the box, and as you fix in the box, "What's up, champ?"
Yeah.
You know I'm about to slap you. Throw that fat like anything. You saying anything?
Right.
Hey man, tell him throw that fastball outside. I'm waiting on it, and vice versa. I get what you're saying, Alan, but. And I understand the pine tar situation. Just fist bump. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Nothing but love, big fam.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
what kind of sucker stuff is that?
If I got it clear, though, Cal Raleigh did say something to him. He just didn't fist bump, shake his hand.
And some people think Arozarena was kidding. That his whole
because he's got.
I don't know.
Or Randy Arozarena always has a little smirk.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of that type of guy. So I don't know. We'll know more when they go back to training camp, but. Or spring training. Either way, look, Jay, I'm standing on business.
Which is what?
I'm standing on business.
Which just mean you're not gonna say nothing?
He did say something though.
We don't know what he said though.
He said, because Randy said you can take that, hey, how you doing? And shove it.
Right. But I mean that we don't know the extra stuff too.
We don't know.
And then on top of that, now Cal Raleigh's had a full on FaceTime call, Zoom call with Mariners beat writers and reporters and stuff, and it was like, oh no, we got it taken care of. And I've talked to Coach Dan Wilson, and
I can't do this.
I mean, it's not a big deal. Randy
But it's being made out to be.
Exactly. And I think that's what Allen is talking about.
I can't do this. And Cal Raleigh, look, man, he better enjoy it now because it's 15 minutes. They're almost up.
Really?
Dang.
I don't know.
You don't know if he got something in him?
I don't know if the big dumpy got 2 years. I don't know if he's doing this again.
No, but if he hits 20 every year, that's pretty
good,
Alan.
Sure. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
Dead ball period.
I don't remember them doing much in the World Baseball Classic so far. This is the first time we talked about Cal Raleigh. It's not at the plate, Jay.
You're right.
We talking about a fist bump.
Listen, I'm not supporting no Mariners, so you ain't going to catch me over here pumping him up.
So, that's the first time we talk about the dude. So, I don't know. Come on, man. Look, I'm not even, but here's the thing. I'm not mad at Cal Raleigh.
Compio says, hey, no handshaking with the opposition. Sports is getting too friendly.
That's right. No, I feel like that.
I'm with you on that, but there's a little difference, though.
There's still etiquette.
Yeah, bro. It's still a little different.
He didn't ignore him. He spoke to him.
Yeah, I know.
He spoke to him.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and the whole thing with me is I just read multiple places. It's not clear whether Arozarena was kidding or not. So given that they're teammates, I'm like, I don't even know if there's anything to this.
No.
I don't know.
But it's given everybody something to talk about. And, I love it. I do that all the time. If you're in between the lines, you want to do this 2-on-2 game. If we're on different teams, right, in this 2-on-2 game.
What?
Well, I'm just saying, if we were on different teams.
Are you is Deuce your teammate?
No, well, definitely not. We're definitely not going to be Deuce. But if I end up on, a different team, whatever we're doing, bowling,
now that's
whatever.
Disrespectful.
So you don't even so if I hear you correctly, you cross over the line, you ain't even like, what's up, big dog? You're not even doing that.
Not during game. Prior to?
Oh, yeah, you the type of cat I'd have to get at.
No, prior to?
Yeah,
we got action.
Let me tell you, I'd double off the wall. I'm talking straight to you.
Hey, remember, this is the kind of guy that was yelling at his teammates if they got thrown out. Hey, where's the secondary?
Yeah, I don't even like my own team.
If a guy got thrown out, cost him an RBI, he's going to hear about it from Allen.
I mean, look.
Yeah, man, you be the type of cat, you be solo dolo on the squad.
Look, man.
We had to stomp you out.
Ain't that Mamba mentality? Right?
Nah, at least Kobe at least gonna say what you're saying is you're not even saying what's up, dog. Like what's happening?
No.
Everything's solid. Kids good. Wife good. Everything cool. Did you catch the barber shop? You want to catch a drink? There's nothing. You're not gonna say anything.
No. Hey, it's good, man. How you doing, man?
Yeah, that means you don't like him. To me, as a teammate,
in those lines, how you doing? I see Whitey on the other side. We're bowling. What's good, Whitey?
I've told this story. I was playing 9th grade in a tournament in Woodland basketball, and we're playing. I went to in Vallejo, 9th grade's junior high. We're playing Christian Brothers because I guess it's freshmen, right? So we're playing Christian Brothers. I didn't know anything about Christian Brothers. I thought Christian Brothers, it must be really Christian.
Right.
So this guy on the other team scores a basket. We're running back down the other way, and I go, "Hey, nice shot." And he goes, "Hey, F you, buddy." I'm like, what?
Now, see, that's different, though. What? I don't know you. Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah.
No, I know guys, because, we go tournament of champions. I played on one of the best pony teams, this side of the Mississippi.
Pony League?
Oh, my goodness. Ended up going to different high schools.
Yeah.
We play each other. My grandma in the stands, R.I.P., his grandma in the stands, and they all hugging it out. I'm not dapping them up. I've known that kid since I was 5 years old. I'm not dapping you up.
Is that the kid that stomped on your
No.
Pokemon card?
No, this dude, Chris Mazza, he actually went to the big leagues.
Oh.
But
Chris Bosio?
Oh, Chris Mazza.
Oh.
He went to the big leagues. But I see him in the lines. It's all good. Summer league. Hey, Jay, summer ball. We play each other at De La Salle. Cool.
Yeah.
I see you in summer ball. I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that.
That I think it depends on the relationship you have with a person. And that's why I'm saying is, according to Cal Raleigh, and this is, again, what he said on FaceTime, we're brothers. I'm not calling nobody, I don't care teammate or not. If I'm not cool with you, you're not my brother.
No, these are my boys, though.
TC
says, we got group chats. We're boys.
Hell no, Alan. When you're on the team, it's brotherhood.
Yeah. But that's a different team. DC.
Yeah,
y'all acting like I'm doing it in an inner squad, Jay.
You just said you would.
No, not an inner squad.
You just said summer. That's summer. I mean, it's a summer.
No, summer league.
All-stars?
Yeah, summer league, travel ball. Hey, we on different teams.
Summer league is one of the worst overrated things in baseball ever.
No, Jay, we in a tournament. and there's
Man,
scouts
come on.
there.
Dudes is playing five times a weekend.
Yeah.
Man. Get that out of
And
here.
everybody runs faster and throws harder in the summer, Jay.
Nah, man. That's in your mind. It's overrated.
I'm trying to get this money, Jay.
That's ridiculous. I'll say this. If me and you are cool and we're solid, even if we're not, I'm with you on the mentality of I'm not giving anybody a ounce of weakness, showing any type of compassion. I'm with all of that.
Right.
But if me and you are on a regular season team and I walk up or you walk up and say, what's happening? Fist bump, dog. Hey, I guess I look at it in the form of competition. I'm going to beat you. I don't necessarily need to be stone-faced to show you that we ain't rocking together.
Yeah.
Maybe we just different. I don't know. But if I see you in the field and I get a base knock and I come around, I'm like, what's up, bro? What's happening? And you ain't saying nothing to me?
No.
What, huh?
You get the head nod. You get a universal head nod.
See, I'm trying to tell you, man.
But this is me, Jay. I got to stay locked in.
A head nod, bro.
Hey, all right. We'll see you. I got to stay locked in, Jay. Because if I don't, because now I'm not in go mode.
So you mentally weak.
No, I'm trying to stay
That's what
strong.
you're saying. You're mentally weak.
No, I'm
unfocused.
Yeah, you get unfocused very quickly. I got him. Coach, I got him.
No, seriously. I got to stay a steel trap. Because if not, we start messing around, he. Then I don't look at the scouting report long enough. Because we he-ing. And then I get the change up, and now I'm out my front foot.
Yeah.
And I ground
Change
ball.
Up gets him every time, Jay.
And now
always
I can't,
out in front.
Now I can't feed my family, Jay.
Little anxious.
All because I want to, he.
In a summer league game.
In a summer league. That's where they be
WBC game.
Which of these grades is more accurate for the 49ers signing of Mike Evans? We got two grades that we'll look at. Quite a difference there as we roll on with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
The Kings play here, baby!
Tonight, Kings and Pacers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota. Let's go places.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
49er fans still floating a little bit on the cloud. That was the agreement to bring in Mike Evans. Mike Jones and Daniel Popper in The Athletic graded that signing, and I know it's not official yet. They gave the 49ers a B- for that. Seth Walder, ESPN, gave the 49ers an A- for that. That sounds kind of like Jay and I gave the 49ers an A-, and I think you might have given them a B.
Yeah, I gave him B. I saw what ESPN gave him a C or C-. It was either a C+, or a C-. It definitely wasn't a B. So, I think people are kind of torn on it. I saw somebody, I think it was Grant Cohn, and he compared, was it Randy Moss at age 33? Somebody at age 33, and he compared how they did at age 33, and it was nothing really to write home about. Now, obviously, that's not Mike Evans. But
when the 49ers, help me out, Jay, if I misstep here, when the 49ers brought in Randy Moss, everyone knew, okay, he's not really Randy Moss anymore.
Agreed.
Mike Evans is still Mike Evans.
Yeah.
At least there's every reason to believe he will be.
Right. So he says, this was Randy Moss when he was 33, 16 games, 28 catches, 393 yards, 5 touchdowns. 3 teams. So that's what Grant says. But to your point, I do think, things are a bit different now, and we'll see what it looks like. I think the biggest thing for me, guys, is what this means for Ricky Pearsall. And a lot of people are saying that George Kittle is going to be ready he's trying to be ready by the time the season starts. We'll see. I mean, even if so, George Kittle is always going to miss 3 to 4 games a season. That's what
Jay says.
That's
every
just
year,
what it is right now. So to me, it's not necessarily about Mike Evans, because think about Mike Evans, and I know he cares about his targets, but think about Mike Evans in Tampa. They had Egbuka, right? They had a couple different guys. They had Cade Otton, a couple different guys, so it wasn't just him. I think this still comes down to, funny enough, what Ricky Pearsall, who are you and what are you going to be on this team?
Oh, by the way, it looks like Trent Williams probably ain't going anywhere.
Saw that.
Good news. But the Raiders have been dominating.
They've been doing their thing. And they spent, I think it was, I sent it to you yesterday, the most in history on day one of free agency. So some of the guys they bring in, Matt Gay, the kicker, Jalen Naylor. I really liked, it's weird because obviously they got Brock Bowers. I like Jalen Naylor. He's another guy, really like him as the number 3. I don't know what else he is
People in the media are doing backflips over that signing. Like, oh, what a great signing for the Raiders.
But I think this is a situation where we're going to find out what he can do, with more targets.
Is there anything the Kings can learn from the way the Raiders have gone about the rebuild?
Football
is totally different.
Yeah,
like the Raiders know they have the first pick.
It's not that different because the Raiders made a decision that honestly didn't really burn him at all. They sat Max Crosby. It ticked him off. Those timelines just never really worked out anyway. And the whole conversation, somehow the Raiders didn't lose leverage.
Did the Raiders trade their Keegan?
Maybe. I think Max is probably a little bit less of the same timeline than Keegan.
And also Max we knew what he was, fully formed.
I think Max is probably worth more, relatively speaking, than Keegan. But you're probably right. And somehow, some way, the Raiders, even with that whole thing blowing up, they didn't lose leverage. right? Because Max is so good. They still got their 2 firsts. They probably wanted a little bit more for the Micah Parsons deal, but they still got a good bit. So, this is how you flip the script, and they pay Tyler Linderbaum a lot of money.
Yeah, and I think it was Dave Wiglin who said, look, if that was a trade, Max Crosby goes there and you get back from the Ravens what you did, including Tyler Linderbaum, that would have been a really good trade.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So they're able to sign him to a crazy deal, 3 years, $81 million.
Crazy for centers.
Exactly.
Is
But
he the highest paid center ever, Alan?
I believe he is.
I know you love that.
Oh, yeah. No, here you go. Linderbaum reached Monday on a record deal. Oh, my goodness, a record deal. But you know what? Trading for somebody like him, does that mean that we can stop the Raiders trading the pick conversation? If you pay this much money for a center, does that mean you're going to get your quarterback?
I would certainly think
so. Now,
it
might be Ty Simpson because the first 5 games. Just go get Mendoza.
Yeah.
And don't do the bridge thing. Oh, by the way, they're also trading Geno back to the Jets. He's going home.
Mm-hmm.
He's going back to the Jets, and I think they're getting a 7th or 6th round pick in return.
And they're still paying most of the freight on that, aren't they?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they find a way to get off it, but,
Yeah, so they traded Keegan and they traded Keon.
That's disrespectful to somebody. I'm not going to say
That's all I can come up with on the top of my head.
By the way, Keon, I know it was the ghost of the Sixers past, but Keon, 19.
Big game.
19 last night.
Yeah.
Man.
How did the Kings let this guy go on social media?
No, he was overrated. Look, overrated, properly rated, underrated. He was probably properly rated, in my opinion, from a national standpoint. I think he was maybe overrated in Sacramento. And honestly, the longer this thing dragged on, he honestly kind of started to sneak into underrated. There are a lot of people that every time we talk about Keon now, I think it's different now that he's gone. I think some people look at him differently now that he's no longer in a Kings jersey. But now every time we talk about Keon, he was overrated the whole time. We didn't see any of that while he was in a Kings jersey. None of that. But now he's gone.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever know the answer to that either. Why did the Kings decide to let him go? Was there something there somewhere they just didn't think he was as good as everybody else, or there was something they didn't like, or he was not going to stay there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Another one of the mysteries of this season.
The only thing I can go off of is that when I spoke to him on Media Day, it really seemed like when they picked up the option, he really seemed a bit shook. That's just my opinion from having an interview with him. It's still on YouTube. You can check it out. But it seemed like he really thought that he was going to just go through restricted free agency and stay in Sacramento.
Yeah, because he probably thought he had earned a spot. He
probably
everything,
thought,
and yeah.
What's y'all's plan? He thought the same thing we all thought. What's the plan?
Right.
How are you building a young team without me? Mm-hmm. Is a good question.
It's quite a story. You have a story for us as well, don't you?
Oh, guys, I got a story, man. I got a story. I didn't know what to do. Okay, so let me lay this out for you.
Do you have time? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Plenty of time. Trust me, this is all I need. So basically how it works right now in the home is my oldest, she won't let me put her to bed. It's all mommy all the time. So I'm always putting the baby to sleep. So how it kind of times out is that my wife is putting down number 1 while I'll put down number 2, and number 1 takes longer, got to read her the stories, whatever. So I'm downstairs, number 2 is asleep, and my wife is with number 1 in the bedroom, right, or in her room. So guys, I'm sitting down, got my laptop out, about to look at some stuff, and
always working.
Guys, I hear the biggest bang, bang, bang at the door. I didn't know who it was. I thought a bunch of different things. I thought maybe somebody had the wrong house. I thought somebody had the right house. It vibrated the whole house.
Thought that fisherman had finally found out where you live?
I thought they found out. Now, we have the sound machine on, so I'm looking at the monitor, and luckily, baby number 2 is not asleep. My wife comes down. Like Whitey, I run to the back. I lock the garage door.
I got you.
I'm looking out. What the heck is going on? I go find Jay. I go find the wood bat. I got to go find my wood bat. I'm thinking it's going down right now. Then I remember I do have a camera in the front of the house.
Ring?
Right?
Yeah.
I have Simply Safe.
Okay.
So you know what? Let me check this out. Because I'm looking out the window. I'm waiting to see somebody like, hey, I know she in there. Like, you got the wrong. I'm like, whoa, I don't know what's going on. So I look at the ring, Whitey, 8:30 on a Monday night. This kid, about 13, 14 years old, I'll show you during the break. Runs up to the door, turns around, donkey kicks the door 3 times, and they just dip with some type of very aggressive doorbell ditch. And I was very confused. You know me, I let kids have their fun, whatever it is.
Sure.
Outside of anything illegal. And look, back in my day, there was TP and there was a lot of you can't do that. But there was TP and a lot of different things, guys. So I didn't know what to do. Of course, I tell my mom. My mom's like, you gotta report this. You got she's the feds. You gotta report this.
Well, you told her you did report it.
Well, I'm like, Mom. Because funny enough, we went to the Bay over the weekend. So I was thinking to myself, my mom had the kids, and if that had happened, she would have been freaking out.
Yeah.
But guys, I saw my life flash before my eyes. I didn't know, in those moments, I'm thinking I gotta,
That's scary, but your life flashed before your eyes because someone banged on the door.
Well, I'm thinking, are they coming back? Are they coming back with more? Are they coming through the window? So now what do? I got the kid's face. I just let it slide? Hey, man, you can't be doing stuff like. And number 2,
I would talk to the neighbors. Hey, anything like this?
I already sent it to my neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, have you seen this kid before? Because here's the thing. Back in my day, we were proper. All right. If I'm gonna doorbell ditch, I'm doing it on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's not summer.
Right.
It's 8:30. What the hell are you doing?
What's it called? Doorbell ditch.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Not bam, bam, bam.
What are you doing kicking on my door at 8:30 on a Monday? Don't you have algebra? Whitey, I saw it all flash in front of my face, man.
No, that is scary. I was probably about 11 years old once, and I was on my bed, Valet on our bedroom. Me and my brother, we had bunk beds. I'm on top, and I'm just reading a comic book or something. Someone came up. There's a window right like at the foot of the bed, and someone came up, and I'm just, someone came up in the window. Bam, bam, bam. And I remember looking and seeing the hand. And they just ran. To this day, I don't know what it was.
See?
It was terrifying.
I'm telling you, he kicked. I thought I was going to have to fix. I thought this door might be jacked up. He kicked that thing, guys. I don't know if he plays soccer in the meantime. I don't know if Sacramento High need a kicker, whatever it is. But it was crazy.
Yikes. That is scary, especially with the little ones.
So now,
But nothing with the neighbors? Your neighbor didn't?
He said he never seen him before. But I'm just getting started. Because you don't mess with me. You don't mess with my family. Because I'm a purple belt. And I told you don't play with me like that, White. I'm telling you, Jay. Jay, you live near me. Come on, man. I got to stand on business, Jay. That's not funny, Jay. It's not funny.
You gonna track him down?
I'm going to track him down.
More power to you.
It's Law and Order. I know which way he ran, too. I'm playing it in slow motion.
He ain't too far. No.
I know he ain't too far.
He ain't but a couple of corners around, corner or two.
If I see his little butt again.
Then you stand on business.
Oh, my goodness.
Your speed, you should have gone after him.
They were gone. I mean, I didn't know what it was. I thought,
No, I know.
I thought there
By
was
the time
a real
you
problem.
locked up, put the flap jacket on. What else you do?
Jay, I put the stick behind the sliding door, the extra.
You didn't realize you definitely was shook. You didn't just look at your phone like, who is that?
No, it took
His
me about
life
10 minutes.
before his eyes.
Then I had to send it out. To everybody. Hey.
I'd have just looked at the door like, man, what's up with you in there?
So I'm going to find him, though, because I don't play that.
Got him on cam, so you good.
The way he act, though, I could tell he probably fishes illegally as well.
Yeah, I think it's all relates to that.
I think it all coming back, man.
That's all.
So I had to tell you guys that I almost had a real situation last night, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You better tighten up your game, man, because it sounded like you was a little spooked there for a minute.
Jay, I never had anything like that happen, man.
Me and Jay could have come over.
No, I was about to call.
I butt around the way, man, but I ain't coming with the wood back.
The drop 3, Jay. We need to drop 3.
Do the Kings need to find ways to shut players down? We'll tackle that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pacers.
Tip off at 7. Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Yeah, Kings and Pacers tonight. How do the Kings play this? We're back to that in just a moment. First, we've got an issue because during the break, Alan was nice enough to play for Jay and for myself the terrifying video of a kid who came up and, I don't know, like put his shoe on your door once or something.
I thought it was dented. I thought it was going to be dented.
Yeah. I had thought that a kid came up and you said donkey kicked like 3 times, like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
What did you hear, Jay, on that video?
Silence.
No, the way
saw the kid and yeah.
No, the way the
like
sound. No. Look, man, I'm telling y'all, it did not come through in the video, but you saw his little butt.
He basically comes up to Alan's door and he turns around and kind of does like that back kick, like the donkey kick.
Yeah.
But you couldn't really hear nothing. And
No, you couldn't
the
hear
glitch, technical difficulties. But Alan said he kicked it like, Jet Li, like he kicked it 3 times.
He kicked it
Liu
twice.
Kang from Mortal Kombat.
He kicked it twice.
He kicked it twice?
Yeah.
Looked like he just
He got 2 in there.
looked like he was massaging the door.
No,
almost.
he got 2 in there, guys.
I think he might have had some on his shoe and he was wiping the.
No, well, I checked this morning
on the door.
Because if there's something wrong with the door, he will be hearing from me.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot
Did you
of
go out and
theories.
check it today?
I did. It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine.
Fishermen in black SUVs coming for Allen. That's been suggested by Logical Raptors fanatic. So,
yeah, man.
That's a theory that makes the most sense.
I was ready though.
Unless it's like one of those, challenges or kid challenges or something like that.
Well, I don't know if somebody is joking or not, but Chavez said, Alan, that same kid must have come to my door this morning. So I don't know if this is a TikTok. Well,
see?
Hey, kiddo, you want to be famous on TikTok? I got you, because I got the video. I got the video right here. But I'm telling you guys, so be careful. I don't know if it's a thing, y'all. Anybody that's got teenage kids or whatever, let me know. If they out here not doing their algebra,
Yeah.
and, 8:30 p.m. kicking on doors.
So bottom line is a kid came up to Alan's door and he kind of gave a bit of a brush kick to the door, and Alan's life flashed before his eyes.
Whitey.
That's where we are.
The whole house shook. The whole house shook, Whitey.
What kind of kick was it? Why do you brush kick? Brush kick.
Brush kick. Just kinda,
No, this was a 70-yard field goal. That's
Yeah.
But he did it backwards?
But backwards.
Okay.
But backwards.
and as Jay said, curious that you didn't look at your phone first thing.
Guys,
what was
when you're
that?
under attack, there's a lot that goes through your mind. First, I had to secure the door. I had to secure all the entryways.
You went to the back door first, right?
Yeah. But with the front one was
Complete
locked.
opposite way.
I looked. I said front one locked. I looked out the peephole.
But according to you, they almost kicked it off the hinges.
Yeah, I know. I got to I had to make sure it was still there. Then I ran back to the garage door, secured that, closed all the blinds.
Can we get confirmation? I don't mean to bring in anyone outside, but is there confirmation of the house shook?
We can get confirmation.
Okay, just
we can get
Baby
confirmation.
Styles, the oldest, can she give us confirmation that she was woken up or something?
Oh, yeah.
She must have been awake, and then your oldest probably never got to sleep, right? So
No,
nobody
she didn't.
slept.
Nobody slept.
Everybody was up all night.
Up all night, man, because of TikTok.
Standing vigil.
That's right, because they want to play games, man. Okay,
Man, you better stop posting the Warden pictures, man.
they playing with the wrong one, man. I'm telling you that right now. Right.
Unfortunately,
now.
you are a victim of, sounds like a TikTok challenge. We see a couple people talking about it.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask my daughter. I'll text her and see if there's something. She's prevalent on TikTok at this point.
That's got to be extra points for doing it to the Fish and Game guys.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Look, I'm telling y'all right now, if I find, and I hope he come back, I'm going to be waiting tonight.
I'm with you on that.
I hope he come back.
I am with you on standing on business. If you're just sliding through the neighborhood and you just so happen to see him on a bike or walking on a skateboard or something with his, you definitely have the, for me, you have to go ahead, and it's tough because you're talking to other people's children. But young fella, come on, big. You definitely have the opportunity to have that conversation.
If I were you, and I'm not suggesting you do this because it's a low percentage play, but I would about that time, if I can, depending on how your front is arranged, I would camp out in a hidden spot.
Oh, no, that's smart.
Just waiting for him.
No, that's smart.
And just see,
knowing
that he's probably not coming, but if he did,
well, we know what he looked like.
Got him.
We know what he looked like. If I even see, and it stays bright now too long.
Yeah.
So if I even see anybody, hey man, did I see you last night?
Plus, I keep an eye out for that shirt. I'm not going to say anything about it, but
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got him now, guys. Now I got a busy night ahead of me. I got a busy night.
Ahead of me. You're probably going to see that young man when you least expect it.
Yep. You know what it is too? In a couple weeks, guys, I know what's going to happen. We got to go to this neighborhood Easter egg hunt.
Ooh.
And I'm going to see him at the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, is this you?
Okay, wait, you got to go to his parents first.
I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you one chance.
You gotta play it slow, Alan. You see the kid, you find out about the kid.
Mm-hmm.
You let it percolate. Find out as much as you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you take advantage of the opportunity to have a conversation with him, man to man at some point.
And then I say,
you don't go, at Easter egg on, hey,
no.
is this you?
And then I tell him, hey, I think my door actually is messed up. So how are we going to handle this?
Yeah.
How are we going to, I mean, there's an easy way, there's a hard way. Okay? And there are a couple Ben Franks that can fix this door right quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay? It's a birthday present because you done ticked me off. Because now the whole thing, now I got to let them know, hey, guys, we can't be playing games like that.
The main thing is you got to teach him you don't do that. That's the main thing.
You don't do that.
Just so that he learns.
It's called doorbell. It's called doorbell. You can't be kicking on doors.
Okay, that's one thing you can teach him, but I mean, just that you don't,
I'm telling you right now. Back in my day, we used to do it on the weekends, and you just ring the doorbell and go. Some people like to egg houses. I never did that, but I might.
Probably a Warriors fan suggests.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I saw a kid a couple days ago wearing a Lakers shirt. What's wrong with these kids, man?
You didn't stop and talk to him?
That one, luckily, I'm putting two and two together. Luckily, it wasn't him. Because, I got a photographic memory, so that keeps this easy.
That kid did look like Kyle Ledbetter.
Kyle tried to get me, man. Man.
Do the Kings need to find ways to shut players down, Alan? I know it's improper by some rules and some ways of thinking, but is that what you need to do? Because you still here coming down the stretch. It's a very close race to the worst record. You've got some tank blockers on your roster still, right? Mm-hmm. Like Malik.
Yeah.
This is 30 points.
Right. This is the one that I've been excited to talk about because we've talked about Russ. We've talked about DeMar. Heck, we even talked about Precious. But Malik, a couple weeks ago, we mentioned how he wasn't really eclipsing 20 minutes, right? But all of a sudden now, and I know DeMar didn't play last game, but all of a sudden now, guys, he played 31 against the Bulls. He had 30 points. He played 30 minutes against the Pelicans. He had 18 points. He's getting a lot more time here, and he's just not somebody we talked about as far as, okay, should we be cooling off on Malik? It's just funny to me that we talked about Precious Achiuwa and Daquan Plowden before Malik, and I get it because he'd been stuck at that 18, 19, 20-minute mark. But to me, this is a guy who you've had on the trade block since you got the job, if you're Scott Perry. Not sure where you see him as far as his future is concerned. He's 28 years old. Doesn't necessarily on paper seem like a guy that fits the mold of where you're going, which is why you've been trying to trade him. How much does it serve you? As much as we talk about DeMar and Russ, how much does it serve you to let Malik out there for 30 minutes scoring 18, 30 points against these lesser teams? Like if Malik is balling out tonight, nobody's going to complain because he's the pizza guy. He's my favorite King on the Kings. He's my favorite player on the Kings, and nobody complains about it. But the reality is, if we're keeping the same energy for everyone, I know he's younger than Russ and DeMar, but what is that actually serving right now?
Well, I've come around to your way of thinking on one thing, and that is with Keegan coming up on 2 weeks since he sprained his ankle. I think this Friday, it's right around there if it's not that day. I'm with you on as long as he's like, okay, I shut him down. And I'd been wanting him to play to see, but now.
When did this happen?
Last night.
Okay.
Just looking at what's going on with the standings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about him getting hurt further, assuming that the doctors are saying he sprained his ankle. It had nothing to do with the previous sprain. He's good. But if he's okay with it, it's like, it hurts, right? You did sprain your ankle. Let's just sit you out a while because, you can still practice and it's probably all things considered best for us if you're not playing. So I am coming around to that because I'm getting nervous about the Kings actually losing ground here in the lottery standings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the other thing is too when it comes to Keegan is he's about to be worth a lot more money, right? This new contract is about to kick in. You want him to feel as healthy as possible, even if those injuries aren't connected. It's just been a rough go for him, and to your point, it's only going to help the team in theory if Keegan Murray plays. So you have that going on right now, and you already have the guys that are currently playing. And I think, funny enough, the way Precious plays against some of these lesser teams, because he's just so strong,
right?
It's dang near hurting you more than Keegan just because he's just overpowering people.
Alan, if
right
Precious came up and gave your door a kick, it would sound louder than...
No, Precious, the door would just fly off the hinges.
Right.
And you know what? I'd say, I guess I need a new door because I'm not chasing after Precious Achua. So,
But Malik, I don't know what to do with Malik. Do you think there's potentially any value? I'm asking the question here. I don't know. Is there any value in him finishing strong if you are looking again at possibilities of moving him in the offseason?
Yeah.
Or is it, like Sean Cunningham and Matt George will tell you, hey, the scouts tell you they already know what these guys are.
Right.
There's really not much they can do to their values one way or the other.
Yeah, I would probably, even though I'm normally on your side, I'd probably agree with them just because Malik has already had a great season.
Right.
So I guess to finish it off would be great, but I don't know how much it's going to help anything. The reality is he's got, a player option in 2027, 2028. So when this season is done, he'll have 2 more years left, assuming he opts in, which pretty sure he will. So now you're looking at a 2-year contract worth $41 million. Does that make any of the possible suitors out there feel better? Still feels like a lot of money, to be completely honest with you, but it is a little bit it's better than 3 years.
Right.
So I think there's definitely a possibility that Malik could get moved over the summer. I think that what I would say is, Whitey, you could argue the other way and say he's having what is he shooting over 40% from 3? I just don't know how much better it's going to get for Malik.
Yeah, and if you couldn't move him when he was shooting the 3 ball like that,
no,
it'd be tough.
He's shooting 39.9.
How did the Kings end up with so many players who have bad deals and who other teams look at and go, nah, not worth it?
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of them.
I'll give the Kings a break on Malik because it feels like the market shifted right when they signed the Malik deal.
And when they signed him, I remember it seemed like, oh my goodness, they needed to do that.
Yes.
They kept the team together.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. It's just the way it's aged. Yeah.
No, it's aged horribly. And now it feels like, that's the tough part. And I'm going to say a name and it might feel disrespectful, but this is the tough part when you're trying to move a guy like Malik Monk. You're saying, hey, we should move Malik. He's worth $41 million. Whitey, I look over, who I'm going to go to? My boy out there in Phoenix, he's gotten all these crazy opportunities. Colin Gillespie's 13.6 points a game, 42% from 3, and I know he's having a crazy season, but that's the problem with Malik's contract. Teams are going to feel as if the Suns can just cook up a Colin Gillespie, why are we going to pay Malik Monk $41 million?
Wait a minute. Something just occurred to me. So someone bangs on your door, and I know that's very scary. The first thing you did was your life flashed before your eyes. Second thing you did is you called your mom?
No, I didn't call my mom.
Oh, okay.
No, I did not call my mother.
I thought you said you did.
No. I just told them about it in the family group chat. I did not call my mother.
Yeah, okay. All right. Because for a minute I thought
crazy.
That's what you did. Like,
Mom,
I don't know what to do.
No, come on now.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
No, like
for the
an
clarification.
hour
Did it sound like that to you, Jay?
It did.
I did not call my mommy.
Just gotta let it go because mom is mom.
No, man. 2 hours later, I sent the video to the group chat.
Okay.
I did not
I know
moment
your mom
call my mother.
Yeah, your mom ran the FBI.
You can't even say stuff like that out loud, Whitey.
Well, no,
now
I know
people are
going to
think that I called my mom.
Just from what you've said, I know your mom is in many ways a very formidable woman, and I have much respect
but I'm not
for her.
calling my
I
mother.
get to meet her someday, but it just sounded like, wait, did Alan just...
No, I'm not calling my mother. You stopped my take to see if I'm a mama's boy.
I did, because Amadrox says Alan reported to the cops there were some kids arrested last year for the TikTok door kick challenge.
Is that really a thing?
I don't know.
The TikTok door kick challenge?
It sounds like, from what Jay said, from what Amadrox says, it sounds like maybe it was.
What is the TikTok door kick challenge? That is from policeone.com.
There you go.
Yep, November 5th, 2025. The viral door kick challenge. See, man, I got.
Mm-hmm.
I really got, Jay. Wow. But here's the crazy part. I don't even know if they took video of themselves. Because he didn't have a spotter.
Are you sure? He might have had a spotter
Maybe
somewhere.
he had a spotter somewhere.
Yeah.
They got me, though. Ring camera catches several teens attempting viral door kick challenge. Wow. Yeah, they got me. They got me good.
Oh, yeah, but this game's not over yet.
No. They kicked the wrong door. This is about to be a movie. They kicked the wrong door, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you that much right now.
That door hadn't stopped shaking,
No,
Jay,
still not.
When Alan's like, Mom!
It's the whole family in the group chat.
What was the sound of the kick, Whitey?
No, come on, guys. No, I'm going to call it. No, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to get
I
somebody
just text my daughter and was like, yo, have you heard of this? We're going to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Whitey. I didn't call my mommy.
That's what I was clarifying.
I did not call
and you're talking about Malik, and then, like I said, I saw a comment in the chat, I should say, and I started running it back. Wait, did Alan? Wait, did
No,
that?
I did
so
not
I just
call
wanted to
my
ask.
mother.
That's
I will
all.
show you my call
I'm
log.
just asking,
I did
Alan.
not call my mother.
Okay.
I sent a
I
group
believe
chat
you.
to the family.
I believe you.
I sent the video to the family
if your
group
mom
chat.
is involved, that kid is in trouble.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. This is federal. This is federal. This is on a different level now. Like, out of all the doors in the Tomas you could have kicked, you kicked the wrong one.
The wrong door.
Yeah, man.
Or rush kicked.
Hope you weren't trying to go to college.
You bumped into the wrong door.
Oh, yeah. No. It's going to be, years from now. I bet you're wondering how I got here. I kicked the wrong door on the wrong day. Thought I'd call my mommy. Come on, Whitey.
Malik is a favorite around here.
Yep.
Other than that, what is he? Is he a six man? Is he a backup point guard? I think, I try to figure out why these guys that we've seen do wonderful things for the Kings here and there, why it is that the Kings have not been able to move them. And a lot of it is, I think the number one answer is they got paid a lot at one point to stay here. But with a guy like Malik, I just wonder how the rest of the league views him. He's a mercurial, kind of streaky guy who I think is best coming off the bench, energizing things. He's not a great defender. He could play some point guard. That's a work in progress. And I just think that type of player is not as sought after as they recently were. Teams now, they're looking for bigger guards.
Yeah.
And guys that hold their own at the other end.
Yeah, I think the problem is now, like I said, I just threw out Colin Gillespie. There's just too many guys where you feel like they can give you what Malik can give you. It's not what he does isn't viewed. I'm not saying it isn't unique. I'm saying it's not viewed as unique right now.
Yeah, the shooting that you mentioned, he's such a good three-point shooter this year. I would think that if you take a skeptical eye to that as a scout or a GM from another team, you're not sure that's for real. And maybe it is. I don't know whether it is or not, but it kind of stands out from what he's done in the past.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the whole thing. You're looking at – it's the same thing with Russ when he was hot from three to start the season. You're going to look at the full body of work. You're not just going to look at Malik is having a good season doing something. He's shooting 35% for his career. He's shooting 39.9, having a great season. And again, it's the same thing with Precious Achiuwa. I know it's shooting the basketball, so it's a little bit different. But, when you see somebody doing something on a bad team, how much do you put on it? I'll give you another one. And this is a guy who you had to give up a first-round pick for. How about Cam Johnson on the Nuggets now?
I've always liked Cam Johnson. I know
he's been really bad. I think they said last season MPJ had 17 games with 20 or more points. Cam Johnson has 0. Now, that's not to say that, Cam Johnson's getting used to a new team, but he was also playing on a bad Nets team. I get it. People are saying you got to learn how to play with Jokic, and I think that's legit. Probably more legit than how people are bringing it up. But the Nuggets made a decision. They thought that Michael Porter Jr. was overpaid. Then they go get a Cam Johnson. This is the second guy now to come from a team that had no expectations. And the second guy from the Nets, Schroeder on the Warriors, was a disaster, right? It is hard to flip the switch like that. So now getting back to the Kings, I don't know how teams are going to look at, wow, Malik shot 39%, shot 40% on a bad Kings team. Precious, career highs on a bad Kings team. I don't know if they're going to look at that and say, Now I think it more so, Whitey, has to do less to do with how well Malik is playing and more to do with one less year on the contract.
That's a great point. I would think that shooting the 3 ball is one of the numbers that is more reliable.
Okay.
Because, if I'm shooting 40%, what is he at right now from 3?
39.9.
Then how bad my team is doesn't really matter.
And he's taking 5.2 a game. So he's getting them up.
Yeah. Those are legit numbers this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's when points per game and a lot of other things. Well, in a bad team, someone's got to score 20 points. Even the worst team, someone's scoring 20, but 40% from 3 is that stands on its own, regardless of how good or bad your team is.
Well, yeah, it just I don't know how they'll view it as far as, hey, he's gonna now, because this is the Beam team argument though. He just shot 39% from 3. What are the chances he's gonna do it again next season? Or unless you just think he's now a better 3-point shooter. I don't know.
Speaking of the Beam team that year, when they ended up bringing in the guy from Vezenkov, I thought that Cam Johnson was the missing piece. Now, they weren't able to get him because he was restricted. He was with Brooklyn. They signed him right away. But he was the guy, and it looks like, no, maybe I wasn't right. But I thought, he was the perfect fit for that team at that time.
Yeah. Look, first year situations are always interesting. It wasn't midseason, but let's not forget, Trey Turner on the Phillies. They made a documentary about how bad he was the first year on the Phillies when he signed that crazy contract. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. I think the issue with the Nuggets is they don't have that time. I looked at the standings, Whitey. I don't know when the last time, because we're always looking at the bottom. The Nuggets are the 6th seed right now. They're talking about Adelman. They're saying that they don't play any type of defense. They want to bring back Mike Malone. It's actually I didn't realize the Nuggets were the 6th seed. So they have big problems, and you make one small change to try to save a little bit of cash, and it can work out poorly for you.
It was a tough loss for them last night.
It was.
Yeah. We'll look at that, why there are some things going on in the NBA despite the tanking, some really good things, although a former King is not happy about it. And Steve Kerr says, we've got to shorten the season. Is he right, or is he just whining? That's all coming up next. Don't go away. Sactown Sports.
The Kings play here, baby!
Tonight, Kings and Pacers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
At Planet Fitness, we're getting strong for the season's biggest games. Join now and your first month is free. Whether you're chasing a buzzer beater or your everyday goals, we've got next-level amenities like red light recovery and hydro massage to help you rebound and recover. Plus, with the PF Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and access over 2,800 locations. Join now for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, March 13th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. And Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, March 14th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit BarNoneAuction.com.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not gonna do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Saturday, March 21st, history hits the gas. The 77th season opener at Stockton 99 Speedway. Tribute to Norman David. Gates open at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at Stockton99.com.
The Kings play here, baby.
Tonight, Kings and Pacers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Well, you're right, Alan. Of course, the Nuggets currently 6th in the Western Conference, but they're only a game and a half out of 3rd. So it's jumbled up there.
It's been like that the last couple seasons now.
OKC, the Spurs 3 back, Minnesota 10 back, Houston 10.5, Lakers 11, Nuggets 11.5 back. By the way, your Warriors are... Woo!
They're in the tank.
9th seed right now.
Yeah, they're headed to the tank.
Mm-hmm. They're probably
should be
play-in safe if that's the thing. But there's a story by Mark J. Spears, who's been on the station, friend of the station, very well connected. I've known him a while. The one thing I always think of first when I think of him is that he was the first one that had any inkling that DeMar DeRozan was coming here. Mm-hmm. And I remember when he said that on ESPN, a lot of us around here, I remember talking to Brennan about it. It's like, I don't think that's a thing.
Right.
What? And, of course, he was right. But anyway, he says he thinks Steph knows that the Warriors are getting somebody next year.
Right.
Like Giannis, LeBron.
Those are the names he threw out.
Yeah.
So
you must be thrilled about that. Your Warriors bringing in
I just can't see it. I can't see it being Giannis, because if I'm going to deal with the cost of living, if I'm Giannis, I just go to New York. That's what I would do. So that's why I don't see it. But I guess the whole situation is he's still under contract. So, right. So it's not a matter of, he's not a free agent yet. So if the Bucks trade him, they trade him. He can't really do much. And the Warriors really only need him for a couple of years while they have Steph anyway. That's probably how they're viewing it. The LeBron thing, Jimmy, LeBron, Steph, all over 35, and Draymond. LeBron would have to take a pay cut. Porzingis will come off the books because he's expiring. LeBron takes a pay cut. Are they the Vegas favorites?
No. I mean, if they are, they shouldn't be. Maybe because people with stars in their eyes, oh, Steph and LeBron, they're going to win every game. Well, no, they're probably not.
I think LeBron would have to do more work on the Warriors than what he's doing right now on the Lakers.
Yeah.
So, because the helping pieces, you got Pods and Moses Moody. I don't know. All 4 of them are going to have to play legit minutes. I think we talked about it yesterday. They would just be trying to get the 5th or 6th seed and rock and roll from there. Mm-hmm. But even then, at any point, first of all, health. Second of all, at any point, you guys are going to be able to churn out 38 minutes a game because that's pretty much what you'd have to do.
I'm with you. If it's true that Steph knows somebody's coming and he's very excited about that, probably not LeBron, or he wouldn't be that excited.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is just Giannis for a couple years, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Giannis would be open to it, but yeah, I don't. It depends on how much of a choice they're giving Giannis. So Giannis, he has 3 years left, including this year. So next season, he'll make 58, and then he's got a player option at 62. They're already paying Jimmy 56 and Steph 60. And Giannis has had injury stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just get in, and I think they figure that's enough.
Well, we got Tankapalooza tonight at the Golden One, and the NBA is concerned about tanking for many reasons. One of the fundamental reasons is because it's just people don't care about your games if the teams don't care who wins. That's why I think we saw two really positive things for the NBA over the last couple of games. Mm-hmm. One of them was last night when Shea, after a really exciting OKC win over Denver, he walked around the arena and he was exhorting the crowd and pumping his fists. And he said afterwards, he said, I don't even know what I was saying. But for a guy of that caliber to get that excited about a regular season win, that's good. You go back to Friday night when the Spurs came from 25 down to beat the Clippers. I don't know if you saw that. That game was on TV. And Wemby was actually in tears after the game.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody.
He was crying.
Yeah.
He was so excited about a regular season win.
Yeah.
No matter what you think of that, that's good for the league. It shows that the brightest stars do care about these regular season games.
Did you see Patrick Beverley chime in and say, hey, so when we won a play-in game, it was a problem, but Wemby cries after a regular season game and it's love of the game? I saw a pretty funny response where somebody just said, at the end of the day, if you're likable, people just like what you do, right? You have somebody.
Well, Jason Williams didn't like it either.
No, Jason Williams didn't like it. But I'd also say this. Anthony Edwards was on that T-Wolves team. If it was Anthony Edwards crying, young guy, right, future face of the league, I think it would be viewed differently. Not you, Patrick Beverley. It's specific to you crying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not apples to apples there. If people felt that way about if Ant cried after the play-in win and people were on him, that'd be different.
I'm just reminded of the famous story, Magic Johnson's first game, regular season game. They're playing the San Diego Clippers, and he throws a pass to Kareem, hits a hook shot at the buzzer, and they win. First game of the regular season, and Magic runs over and hugs him, and Kareem said, he's like, bro, we got 81 more of these. Relax.
Yeah, right.
But that was a cool thing. That's one of the things that Magic brought into the NBA. No, I love the competition. And so it's good to see Shea and to see Wemby care that much. On the other hand, you had the Warriors lose, and you had Steve Kerr saying, playing too many games. The NBA needs to play fewer games.
Well, he's not the only one saying it, right? Bill Simmons has been on this.
I love Coach Kerr. I think it's kind of a bad look when he says that after they lost. And then he's talking about how we haven't been able to practice in a week.
Yeah.
It's like, how about just give some credit to the team that beat you?
Well,
and take up that argument later. Am I right, Jay?
1,000%
When
right.
you lose and then you're talking about, the season's too long, it sounds like you're making excuses.
Well, the other thing, too, and that's what's so funny because the older guys, like Steph isn't playing.
Yeah.
Jimmy isn't playing.
It's Seth really just played.
Right, yeah.
He was Seth-sational.
It's really just Draymond as far as older guys that would be affected by this. Yeah. I mean, he's not the only one talking about it, but it's the very classic what we've talked about before when somebody says, I'm not going to complain about this, but I'm going to tell you that I could complain about this. That's kind of what this whole thing boils down to. It's, hey, a lot of things have changed, and then you list off all the things that have changed, and then you say, but no excuses, though. We're not going to use those excuses I just told you about as excuses.
Right.
You just
You're
did.
having it both ways.
Yeah, you actually just did.
I'm not going to use my hamstring injury as an excuse for the poor game I had.
That's my favorite, though. We came out, thought we had good energy. A couple guys battling some things, dinged up, but we're not going to make excuses. They woke up and some guy's toe hurt, but, it really probably affected him shooting the basketball, but we're not going to lay on that.
Right.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Johnny's dog died, but, we're not going to use.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you about it. We're just going to tell you that we're not telling you about it.
Mm-hmm. I don't see how the NBA is ever going to say, and I know he has said this, Steve Kerr said, I know it's about lost revenue, but how in the world is that ever going to be a realistic option for the NBA? Oh, yeah, fewer games.
I mean, Bill Simmons, he said this could be Adam Silver's legacy. Literally, he said this could be Adam Silver's legacy to his commissionership with the NBA, finding a way to shorten the season.
All he wants, as far as his legacy, is Adam Silver to be known for tournaments.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's tournament.
Yeah.
And it's tough to play tournaments and play fewer games.
Yeah, he's the tournament man.
Yeah, and he's going to be the anti-tanking man and the tournament man.
You just
And if he can ever find a way to combine those two, heaven help us all.
You have a tournament that determines where your draft status is.
Right.
That's what it is. That would be his dream.
Yeah.
Or you have a tournament, hey, if you win, you get to play only 70 games next season.
Or a lottery tournament.
Yeah. You know what? And that's what it was, right?
Where you have two teams and then they draw who gets better ping pong balls. The Clippers defeated the Jazz in the first match of the lottery tournament, and they move on.
So you have the top 4, okay, and then they get into it. But obviously the Kings would be perfect. Do you activate a bunch of guys that weren't previously activated?
No, I'm not saying you play games. I'm saying you actually draw ping pong balls in a tournament setting.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people do say, yes, you should have some sort of tournament. But to me, that's just so backwards because you want to give the worst teams the best picks. Mm-hmm. And if you have a tournament, then the best teams are going to win the best picks.
Yeah.
So you're cross.
I just think it's hilarious where we're at. And, you know, I joked about the Raiders and Ty Simpson along with Fernando Mendoza. I just think it's hilarious that we are now in March. And after all this talk, I mean, Whitey, we have been talking about the NBA draft in 2026 for about 3 years now, just the NBA world in total. It's just so funny to me and so typical that as we get closer now all of a sudden it doesn't look so good. Right? It was supposed to.
It's always that way,
What just happened? I thought it was 03, as good as the 03 draft, 1996. Now Vincent Goodwill, there's really one guy. So, you know, somebody else, there's really 2 guys.
Uh-huh.
When did that happen?
That's a great question.
You know, the Pacers don't even care about the 5th pick.
Seen Brighter Suns asking, will the player salaries go down due to less games? Of course they would. That's why it won't happen.
Yeah. They're going to go
less
down.
Money for everyone.
Did you see this? I saw somebody about getting rid of tanking. They said with all the NFL contracts going on with NFL free agency, if you stopped making – now I know we're already at a work stoppage or headed to a work stoppage with Major League Baseball, but if you stopped making – they were making fun of Miles Turner because he's just been so bad. And someone said if you stop making NBA contracts guaranteed, you'd essentially get rid of tanking. If they were set up like NFL contracts – you wouldn't have these dudes just coasting because the money isn't guaranteed.
I'm a big guaranteed contract guy. I've actually had personally work stoppages because of over that.
Really?
Yes.
So you think, and then somebody said, well, maybe NFL should just also have guaranteed contracts. That's the other side of it.
Yeah, it's tough with the injuries, but yes, they should.
I mean, it is a thought though, right? And this is money that we can never fathom. Now I really sound like Drapes, but you give somebody, you know, Keegan Murray, for example. I mean, you wake up one day. I saw Christian Brown. He said, prior to this deal, I had made about $60,000. And he's like, you couldn't tell me nothing. Now he just signed this 4-year, 100 whatever million. He's riddled with injuries this season. Peyton Watson outplays him, but it doesn't bleeping matter. He's set for life. And then they're going to get another contract, all guaranteed.
He didn't sign himself.
I hear you. But, you know, somebody said, look at this Miles Turner. Look at this line. Look at it. And there's nothing you can do.
That's what I don't like about when leagues, they want to restrict salaries and things because they want somebody to prevent them from doing dumb things.
Sure. But the market is the market, though.
Yeah.
Somebody got to fix it.
Conversation continues, and we'll see how baseball is having a moment as well and how that relates to all this next on Sactown Sports.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at pepsipromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of Pepsi Going.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here.
Starts in Honda.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, March 14th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Thank you for letting me be myself, Alan. Tanks. It's all about the tanking. This is one of the games of the season in the tank off. It's a game for worst place between the team with the worst record and the team with the second worst record.
I don't really view it like that, though.
But that's what it is. What do you mean?
I mean, you got 16 games after this.
That's not very many, Alan.
No, it's not, but
just reverse it. It'd be like if they were
in
first place and they're playing each other. You know, it just counts double in a way. That's
true.
That's all.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Thank you, Jay, for playing that.
I might get in trouble if I'm wrong here, but I don't think this will be the reason the Kings end with the worst record or not. I don't think it'll be this game. I think that if the Kings are going to end with the worst record, they're going to have to earn it. Or honestly, the Kings are just going to be in a tough spot where they don't truly dig in the same way the Pacers are digging in, and it's going to be a random Hornets game. This, like I said,
it is harder to tank at home, isn't it?
I'm already counting this. That's my, I guess, look on this. I'm already counting this game as a win. So I'm looking to the
How
future.
can you do that with this team? Maybe you're 100% right, but with this team, how do we really know? Just because of what Indiana's thrown out there?
Who is playing for the Pacers today?
Your guy, Jarris Walker.
It's just him.
He's a walking bucket.
He is. Don't get me wrong. But it's just him. Who else? Based on their last game, I guess Obi Toppin is still out there. You know, they got to be careful at this point, Whitey. If you're truly out of it, and it always gets interesting with which guys you play, which guys you don't. And I know Andrew Nembhard is doubtful. But you look at Aaron Nesmith and Obi Toppin, I don't need them playing very much at this point. Like, why are you going to run guys that you're truly going to need next season out there for too long? Now, you could be chancing getting fined, but
doesn't that cut both ways, though? I mean, doesn't that also apply to the Kings?
It does, but the Kings don't really have guys like that. Kings have really young guys, and Kings have really old guys. They don't have guys, and the guys that are in their prime, we don't know that the Kings really care about moving forward, right? I mean, Malik Monk, who's 28, and obviously Precious Achiuwa, who's 28. All the other guys are either rookies. Daquan Plowden, I would put in that category too, but all the other guys are rookies or in their late 30s. So they don't really have guys like that you are truly going to need next season outside of the rookies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. You need Andrew Nembhard next season. You need Aaron Nesmith next season, Obi Toppin, guys like that. And I'm not bringing up Pascal Siakam because he's already out. TJ McConnell already out. So they've already made certain decisions.
I honestly am rooting for Killian Hayes, and I would like to see him play more tonight. I don't know if there's any chance of that, but his numbers are just odd. And honestly, I'm not going after the guy who was the 7th pick in the draft in 2020, and then he fell out of favor, went to the G League, and this is his chance to show he can still play. He's taken 34 shots in his 7 games, and he's only made 6 of them. And that's just, obviously that's really low. But also, he has 23 assists, and they have him here for 1 turnover.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Not sure what to do with it. You can keep believing that it'll turn around offensively. I think the issue for me is the shooting is what it is, but I'd like to see him demonstrate a level of quickness to get to the basket. You don't have to be a great shooter, but he just keeps shooting.
He's 3 for 18. Let's see. Overall 6 for 34, 3 for 18 on threes. I just feel like he hasn't been very aggressive. And as I look at these numbers, I'm reminded of what we heard yesterday from Ryan Robertson, the former King who played 1 game and said, I went out there and I was trying not to make mistakes. I don't know. Killian Hayes has played professionally for a long time. I know people say, well, he's not the player that he was supposed to be. He's been a professional basketball player for a long time. But it just, to me, I see him maybe being a little too cautious.
Yeah. And by the way, you know how I've been looking at it based on what Vegas is saying, whether the Kings should win or not. That's all. That's the level of control that I think you should have. If you're supposed to win, do what you got to do. If you're supposed to lose, do what you got to do.
I want to see your guy PBJ play a lot tonight, too.
Kings -3 tonight.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to win. Crazy that it's -3. That means Vegas just doesn't know what the Kings are going to do. Because if you told Vegas, hey, DeMar is going to play 30 and Russ is going to play 30, obviously the Kings would be favorites by way more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, do what you want. I would take that for the Kings. I don't trust them to dig in like the Pacers. I think the Kings are going to whoop on the Pacers.
Were I a betting man, I'm not schmalling. I'm not
Neither
like
am I.
Some of these games involving teams that I'm not sure what their intentions are, I would steer clear of.
You should. You should.
It's almost like betting on preseason.
I would argue that Kings -3 is a lock.
A lock?
I think it's an absolute
What does Schmallen
lock.
say? Because he actually
places
wagers.
Says bet your kids' tuition.
Really?
Whitey, I don't trust the Kings to shut it down.
Huh.
-3 for, I know he's my guy, but Jarris Walker and what was his name? Ben Shepherd?
Ben Shepherd's pretty good.
Yeah. Micah Potter. Kobe Brown.
You're a wizard, Micah.
Yeah, Kobe Brown and Jay Huff.
Oh, don't turn your back on Jay Huff.
-3 though. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
That is, hey, if you need a new door like me, you get yourself a new door.
Oh, Mom, I need a new door.
Mom, who's that door person you knew? I need a new door. -3. That's locked and loaded.
Mm-hmm. Would you guys agree that baseball's kind of having a moment? World Series last year was great. World Baseball Classic, really going well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they have this pending lockout. No matter, you may hear like on the morning show on this station or other stations, someone may say, "Well, there's a strike coming." It's probably it's a lockout, not a strike. But be that as it may,
it's gonna be 2 years.
Be that as it may, I think baseball, maybe cooler heads will prevail. I don't know, but baseball's all of a sudden got a little bit going on.
Yeah, but this started, I think, 2 years ago. When it was Dodgers-Yankees, I think that was a really good moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to die a little bit because the season's so dang long. And then you had a whole country and the Toronto Blue Jays and Canada in there taking on the Dodgers again, who people are hate watching.
Right.
I think they've been rolling lately. Shohei, everybody loves Shohei. So you roll that right into the WBC, and people really loved last World Baseball Classic because it was Shohei versus Mike Trout.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you.
Yeah. See, that's the argument to me against we need a salary cap because look what the Dodgers do. It's incredible. All the money they're spending, nobody can beat them. But the last 2 years they've been in the World Series and people are glued.
Yeah.
They care.
Right.
About the Dodgers. And now the Dodgers almost lost to Toronto.
Yeah. And that's it's funny because this whole time the Dodgers had similar means, right? I mean, getting Shohei is really what turned this thing upside down. But to your point, the parody of it, everyone likes to talk about it. I think it was Colin Cowherd who always said people love to root for an underdog, but they don't actually watch the underdog. And when you go back and you look at some of these more parody-filled World Series where it's, I mean, even the Giants for a little bit, but it's Tigers, Giants, and the Royals, Giants. I'm not saying it's got to be the Dodgers every year because I would hate that.
Rangers, D-backs, baby.
Oh, that was the one. I mean, but that's on the Phillies. I mean, come on. Like, that is that's not good for baseball. And I'm sorry to the Diamondbacks fans out there. I'm not talking as a baseball fan. I'm saying that's not going to help.
Yeah, the players obviously don't want a salary cap. I think some of the owners want a salary cap because they look at the Dodgers and say, we don't want to spend all that money.
Right.
Let's have a salary cap so we don't have to.
Well, they're not even saying we don't want to. They're saying, hey, guys, and was it the Twins or the Braves? Somebody was on MLB Network, and he said, we literally cannot spend that money. The operating costs, all of it, we can't spend in the same category as the Dodgers. And the argument against it is, yeah, but you can spend more than what you're spending right now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We're not saying
pretty challenge.
We're not saying you got to spend everything.
Yeah.
But you can spend more than what you're spending right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where they're just saying, well, which is funny because the salary floor would make them. They just don't want to look bad, I guess.
Yeah. Why'd the Clippers get so much for Zubats when the Kings couldn't get much for Sabonis? We'll look at that. Get ready for the big game tonight as we roll on Sactown Sports next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh, my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With a center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
You got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13 and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy.
Oh, ouch.
However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
I just want to thank everybody who's been very supportive of, Alan and the trauma that he experienced last night. Somebody banging on his door. Scary. And a lot of people are, they're pointing out, hey, this happens. People have been arrested for it, for the banging on people's doors, the TikTok challenge. So it's very nice the way people are, supporting you.
And I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble here. I just want
you live to get people in trouble.
I just want them to know that you're not going to play with property like that. Okay? I'm not the one. But, I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble like that, Whitey. You scared the you-know-what out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. I just had to let y'all know that I got shook.
I don't blame you.
Night.
I don't blame you.
I got shook last night, but we figured it out.
Yeah. That's pretty.
No, it looked like it felt like a sledgehammer.
Yeah. You were saying you thought your door might be damaged, and you said it's not. My daughter had a dog. She still has a dog, very nervous dog. And once she left, she and her husband, they left the dog home, and they were in an apartment at the time. And when they came back, the dog had gotten kind of anxious, and the dog had eaten half of a door.
What type of door or what type of dog?
Just a regular, I don't know, a door like to the closet or something. And he ate, I'll show you the picture, and he ate like half of the door. And he wasn't on the other side of the door. It's not like he was trying to get out. He was just a little anxious.
Just had to snack a little bit.
He just, yeah.
That's how I felt.
Uh-huh.
But you know what I mean? I had to do what I had to do.
Okay.
It's
well,
my
you didn't
family.
do anything last night.
No.
I called your mom.
No, I didn't call my mother. Hey, it's my family. I'll protect my family at all costs. You do not play with my family, man.
Yeah.
And that's why we did what we had to.
How big is the bat that you got?
It's 32. No,
Okay.
33.
Okay.
3330. It's one of the, Jay, the composite wood one so they don't break.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to break something.
Years ago, I don't remember this, but apparently before everything was plastic, you go buy a wiffle ball, you get a ball, and you get the bat,
right?
The yellow bat.
Right.
They used to have wooden ones. And I know that because years ago, someone who listened to the station came to the station and gave me one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I don't know, 50s or something?
Yeah.
But it is a formidable weapon.
Okay. I might need you to bring that.
Yeah.
I might need to borrow it.
It's like, like an extreme broomstick or something.
Okay.
Yeah. A little thicker. Thicker.
I might need you to borrow. I need you to borrow it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to get to the bottom of this, guys, because nobody plays with me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ruins my Monday.
You just lay in wait tonight. You just.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in camo.
Mm-hmm.
Outside. Because I got the Porsche light on. It's going to be off tonight. See if he does it if it's off. Please come up. Because I'm thinking it might be my neighbor's turn. I don't think you shouldn't hit the same spot twice.
Yeah.
That would not be smart.
There's probably rules. You just find out what the rules are, and then you can map out where he's
skipping
likely to
over
pop up next.
No, it's not a game.
Yeah.
It's not a game.
Well, I don't know, but I can't imagine you would do that rather than watch the Kings and the Pacers tonight. So you've got that to do as well. That is a game.
I'd rather be on surveillance.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'd rather be on surveillance.
Mm-hmm. There's probably a way to do both to monitor.
Doing my duty.
Headphones in, listen to the G-Man.
No. I need my sound. I need all my senses. As the man of the house, I need all my senses, Jay. That's what I need.
The Kings are just a half game better than the Pacers. And as you may know, if you care about any of this, the Pacers are highly motivated to tank because their pick, that number one pick for them, is protected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. So if they end up picking 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th in this draft, they lose that pick. It goes to the Clippers as part of that deal where Indiana got Zubats, who has apparently an ankle injury. He hasn't played since they got him.
Right.
They say, he'll play. We haven't played yet.
Right. Jay Huff is playing, though.
Mm-hmm. And 2 number ones went to the Clippers along with your guy, Benedict Mathurin, who's played pretty well.
Yeah.
How is it that the Clippers got so much for Ivica Zubats when the Kings could not get anything close to what they were asking for Domantas Sabonis, who's a much more decorated player, at least in terms of, all league honors?
Well, those decorations cost money. And you look at Zubats' contract, $18.8 this season, $20 million next season, $21.7 after that.
Next three, it averages out to $19.5 million a year.
That's
the average.
I mean, you can't beat that. For what he was doing on that Clippers team, you can't beat that. And the reality is, Domantas Sabonis is not $20+ million a year.
I think Domas is making more than twice that.
Yeah. He's not that much better than Zubats. And even if he was,
there are some that will tell you that Zubats is better.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but some will tell you that.
And even if he was that much better, teams these days aren't paying for it unless that means you are not Jokic, but unless that means you are the number one on our team.
How did the Kings end up with another one of these deals?
That feel-good deal. After Beam Team season, he got cashed out. And the Kings are paying for it. It's one of those things where it was Domas, and they're pretty much the same age, but it's one of those things where the Kings didn't realize that what they were paying for was already the ceiling of Domantas Sabonis. I think there was maybe a thought, maybe it was correct or incorrect, seems like maybe it was incorrect. There was a thought that he would continue to improve, and he hasn't. That doesn't mean he's not a really good player, But you're same with Keegan, right? They're not paying Keegan for what he is now.
Right, but Domas was at an all-league level,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave him the new deal, and he's pretty much stayed, right? He's incredibly consistent.
Sure.
Yeah, and there has been a drop-off other than this year when all the circumstances around him have changed.
Yeah.
So I would push back on the notion that he hasn't improved because I think they paid him to be as good as he was. They just thought the team was going to be better, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody didn't, right? And maybe not to throw a stray out to Mr. Riverwalk, but maybe that's De'Aaron. But all I know is you paid those two guys that type of money.
You're pretty close with Wes. Did Wes Wilcox share anything
I can't
with you
really
about-
share that type of stuff.
Okay.
But between the two of them, they thought we are going to get a level. Somebody is Batman and somebody's Robin. The problem is they had two Robins.
Which was scarier for you, when someone banged on your door last night or when you were at Chipotle or whatever and Wes Wilcox went up to you and said, "Hi, Alan, I'm Wes Wilcox"? Because I remember you came up, we were doing a broadcast,
You were doing
I think,
a broadcast.
outdoors that
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Might have been before the play-in game against the Warriors, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, but
Yeah.
you were shaking like a leaf. Or
Well,
it seemed like you were a little rattled.
I think it was probably because there's family involved. It was definitely the door.
Okay.
You know, the West thing, it kind of just caught me off guard, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then it all kind of came back to me as I was leaving Chipotle. But it's not the same as, somebody, doing the people's elbow on your door.
Okay.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. But it's just not I don't know. They just paid him too much money. And maybe anybody would have done that in that situation.
They might have been bidding against themselves at the time, but they were like, we have something here. We're ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
We've got him. Hey, it's smaller market. Other teams are going to want this guy. We got to make sure we lock him down.
Let's also not forget who they traded, right? So they definitely weren't going to trade Tyrese Halliburton and then possibly lose or have the relationship go sour right after losing Tyrese Halliburton. So it was a great situation for Domas, but, and I'll throw the Malik Monk conversation in there too. The market basically shifted the apron rules and things like that. The market basically shifted right around when they did that deal, and it started looking bad. It's not just Domas. It's the same thing with Trae Young and guys like that. I know they had more success there in the Eastern Conference. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals, but there are a lot of these guys that are trying to a lot of teams getting off of these types of contracts. So I don't think it's I'll even go back on myself as far as the idea that he improved or didn't improve. I just think the market changed as well.
Yeah, and he's a really good player. And the only reason, I'm thinking, wow, it'd be good if they got moved on from him is because they're trying to go in a new direction. As far as what he is, and it's expensive, but you have money, you have to pay your best players. He's a good player and he helps them. But it just seems like you can't do what Scott Perry has indicated they want to do as a franchise if you have Domas on the roster.
I
So
don't know
which
that
gets
that's
us back
true,
to your
though.
hybrid.
Yeah,
again.
I don't know that that's true though.
But isn't a big part of doing what they want to do, isn't it tanking?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now this year, obviously, he got hurt, but what about next year? It's just hard to tear it down when your guy who's been third team all league is still there. So I'm not saying they need to get rid of him, but it's just you're caught in between. Which way do you go?
Yeah. I think for me, you're still going to need vets on the team, right? Look at Markkanen. The Jazz, they've been able to tank with Markkanen, and now Markkanen, who's maybe a smidge younger than Domas, they decided to go out, get Jaren Jackson Jr., is now going to be a part of this, what they're going to do this year. So you look at it like that, Whitey, while having Markkanen, they accumulated like three. Well, let's only talk about the first rounders. 2 first rounders? 3, and they're going to get another one. So they're going to have 3 first rounders. I know Walter Clayton Jr. is gone, but they're going to have 3 first rounders while having Lauri Markkanen under contract, and then they decided to go out and get Jaren Jackson Jr. So there's a world where you do it like that. If what we're hearing about Domas is true and it's a salary dump, I would just hold on to him. I really would.
The thing about Markkanen the last 3 years, including this year, 55 games, 47 games, and this year 42 games. Yeah, so he's on the roster, but, if Domas is healthy, Domas plays.
That's true. That's true. And look, Domas, we need to find out from Domas, too. Maybe he doesn't want to continue to be on a team that is, if they say, hey, Domas, we don't necessarily want to move you, but it's going to be another tough one, right? That's on him. We've heard that he's hyper-competitor, doesn't want to be in these situations. I know he also loves his grapes and Napa. So, maybe that's a decision that he makes. He's got a fairly young family. So maybe that's a decision that he has to make as well. But if you're the Kings, I can't lose Domas for a salary dump. I would rather do the marketing thing with him and see if we can make it through.
It makes no sense, but I just think it makes it hard to do the tank the way you've professed you want to tank.
Going back to this season, if you luck out, and now there's only one good player, but if you look out,
hybrid,
not really. I'm just saying
it makes sense.
If you luck out, get a top 3, whatever it is, I don't know if it's as dire to get a top pick next season. If you get unlucky and you get 5 or 6 or 7, then I think, we have to do whatever we can to get back in that tank. So we have to move, if we have to lose Domas for bad value or whatever. So I think it all comes down to this draft lottery.
Yeah, this is the greatest draft ever until it's not. As you pointed out, it sounds like now the narrative is more, there's only really 3 guys. Yeah, there's only really 1 guy.
Right.
What do you think of that notion? Vince Goodwill shared it, I believe, on the Hoop Collective podcast. Talked to a guy, an NBA scout, who said Darren Peterson is going to be a multi-time All-Star, but the only guy that's life-changing in this draft is A.J. Debonsa. What do you think?
This is how it happens. But this makes me feel better because I was the one that I always thought that they were doing a little bit too much. I mean, Whitey, it's gotten smaller, right? Remember a couple months ago, if you get the top 10.
Well, yeah, and back to that point, as we've been discussing, Indiana traded the pick protected 1 through 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, which tells you Indiana feels like 1 through 4. Otherwise, we'd rather have Zubats.
Well, it's funny because it always switches, right? When it's supposed to be a really good draft, people get uncomfortable. I guarantee you next season in 2027, we'll start to grind some tape and people will say, is this a sleeper draft? Are there more names out there than we're talking about right now? This could be a 5-guy draft. I guarantee you that'll happen because whenever it's swayed too much to one side, people like to bring it back to seesaw it back to the middle. So I don't know what to do with this draft this season, but I always felt like when it was getting a little ridiculous with anybody in the top 10 is going to change your franchise, that was a little much.
The other thing that gives me pause is when you look at the list of recent MVPs, and it looks like Shea is going to repeat. That's not a done deal, but it looks like it. Look where he was drafted. Look where Jokic was drafted, right? And even Steph, look where he was drafted. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, ooh, is the draft even as important as it always has been?
Yeah.
Is it as important to get the first pick?
Right. We've had, and we did this exercise before, just there's been a hot streak of number 1 overall picks that have looked really good. But prior to that hot streak, it's pretty wonky with these number 1s. Now, I think Ben Simmons is a good example of, I don't want to say the cute rebuild, but I don't know, in the larger scheme of things, is he a bust? Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
But
nothing against him personally.
But you did get a solid 5 years or whatever in the playoffs, right? So there's more bust-worthy number 1 overall picks than Ben. You just didn't get. You thought you were going to have your guy for the next 15 years, and you didn't. Mm-hmm. So if that's a conversation where if you're Sacramento, obviously you'd want a better situation, but at least you could say, well, we got 5 years with a guy that was all league, and at least we had that. Now, the way people are talking, I don't even know, like, what are we doing with Darren Peterson is going to be a multi-time All-Star? Are we going back to what I said initially, and is he just a better, bigger Bradley Beal? I don't know. That felt disrespectful, but I thought we had somebody on, one of our draft people, that said Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bradley Beal, should that be viewed as a negative or positive? Probably a negative because everyone thought that there's 5 franchise changers in this draft, and I never thought that there were. Just from I'm not a Miss Cleo, but it just doesn't
Call
normally.
me now for my free reading.
R.I.P. But I just never. It just doesn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's disrespectful in that. Or no, you said is it a positive or a negative to say it's Bradley Beal? It would be a negative because Bradley Beal has not been a transformational player.
Right.
He's been an all-star, he's been an excellent player. But we're assuming Darren Peterson, his ceiling is, wow, he's a guy who can transform your franchise. If he's Bradley Beal, he ain't going to do that.
No.
I think he's going to be better than that, but obviously he makes my case harder the way he's played lately, although he had a great game over the weekend.
Look, and going back to 2003, you got LeBron at 1.
Yeah.
We talk about the whammies. Darko at 2. Okay, Darko at 2. Carmelo at 3. Never won a championship, but I would think that's clearly a great pick. So if we're talking about, hey, years of playoffs, but Carmelo wasn't necessarily a championship number 1.
And you had to pick him.
You had to pick him.
With his pedigree.
Chris Bosh ended up being, a really good number 2, number 3?
Multi-time champion.
Right, with LeBron.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know what you do with that. Dwayne Wade at number 5. Okay? He paired up with LeBron, but he got one on his own. He had Shaq with them, older Shaq, but that's at number 5. Then after that, you get into Chris Kaman at 6, 7 Kirk Heinrich, and 8 TJ Ford. Now, those
are good players.
They're good players.
Yeah.
But again, anywhere in the 10,
they're
you're
not
good.
Foundational pieces.
Right. So in reality, Bosh is a weird one, but in reality, you had LeBron, Carmelo, and Dwayne.
What do you mean he's a weird one?
Would you call Chris Bosh a foundational piece?
He was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He wasn't a championship one.
Right. But he's a really good player in Toronto. And
Yes.
that's why the Heat went out and got him.
So we'll call it out of that 10, there were 4. Right? So even in this is a loaded draft. Even in that, and one of those 4 was not a championship number 1 in Chris Bosh and Carmelo Anthony, Hall of Famers, but not the same. So even in that draft, you had 4. So
4 of the top
10.
Yeah.
10. When you keep
but
going
it was really
down,
4 of the top 6?
Really, it was 4 of the top 5.
4 of the top 5 were Hall of Famers, right? So that's pretty elite.
Sure. Again, I'm still trying to figure out what the goal is, right? What the goal is, the sustained success. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is that just playoff run? Because any of us would take Carmelo. Any of us would probably take Chris Bosh, but I think Chris Bosh would probably be the one where we ended up feeling maybe a little. And 3 of these dudes played together. So I don't know what to do with that.
I know. Sustained success, wouldn't it be you're winning 50 games or more multiple years, 3 or 4 years?
And I'd have to look up if
you're having some postseason success as well.
I would have to look up if Chris Bosh did that during his time in Toronto.
I don't know if they got to 50, but I think they were.
At the playoffs a few times, easy.
Yeah,
though.
I believe they did. Yeah.
3 times, I think.
That was obviously 03, right? So in 03, he gets in there. And then after that, guys, in 06, 07, they lose Eastern Conference. And then 08, lose Eastern Conference. And then they didn't make the they didn't make the playoffs again. I think at that point, Chris Bosh is gone because the next time they make the playoffs is 2014.
So he took them to 2 Eastern Conference finals?
No. Eastern Conference first round.
Yeah.
So, but again, if that's worst case scenario, cool, right? If you're in Sacramento, you'll take that all day.
You really would.
But now we still got to figure out if they're even going to be that.
Mm-hmm. So you've got to maximize your chances of getting the best pick you can get. The weird thing is, we all assume, I was looking at the Indianapolis Star today, Indianapolis Star Tribune, I think it is, because I was trying to get an idea, okay, who's playing tonight for the Pacers? And, of course, there's a story there about if the Pacers get the first pick, DeBonce would be a perfect fit. And all the teams, the cities that have teams that are at the top of the lottery, what if they get the first pick? And, again, if you really look at it closely, none of them are probably getting. I mean, somebody is, but the odds are really against you that you're going to get the first pick, but it's just so ingrained in us, the worst teams get the first pick, but it's probably not going to happen.
It's so funny you say that because I think you are starting to bleed into my thought process because I'm listening earlier and the breakdown of well, I want Debanza or I want Darren Peterson. Something in my head as I'm listening to it just made me think we are so far from that. And I've seen some people already on this in the YouTube and obviously on the text line.
That's through no fault of the Kings. That's the way it's set up.
No, you're right. But it just felt like, man, the closer we get to this thing, honestly, the more uncomfortable I feel being picky, choosy about someone.
Right.
Because we have no clue. We're going to spend all this time breaking down Debanza over Darren Peterson and then get pick number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or worse. So we have plenty of time. And obviously we are, we're content. It is what it is. But we have plenty of time to do that once we know. But it's hard for me as we get closer to sit here and break down stuff when we have absolutely no clue. It could just be a complete waste of time, to be completely honest with you.
And we won't know till what, May?
Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Mitch has been hanging on. Let's see what Mitch has got on his mind. Hey, Mitch, thanks for hanging. What's up? Well, 3-2-1. Sorry about that, Mitch. He wasn't ready to go when the bell rung.
Just got us on hold.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Mitch.
Anyway.
DMV. Uh-huh. You got an issue at the DMV, didn't you?
It's a long story.
Yeah.
I already hit my story limit for today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a real ID. That's the problem.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. More on tonight's Tanktastic game next on Sactown Sports.
The Kings play here, baby.
Tonight, Kings and Pacers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, March 14th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
There's been a lot for 49er fans and Raider fans to get excited about, to sink their teeth into in the early days of free agency. But, Alan, I'm sure you'll agree, the story of free agency so far, the story of everything going on in the NFL over the last couple of days, it's this, as Travis Kelce has shared that one of the biggest influences in continuing his career came not from a member of the organization, but from Taylor Swift. Hey, I know Drapes is going to be in tomorrow. I think he's actually coming in tomorrow, so we probably will pick up this thread then.
We got to let him in. You got to knock on the door. I might not let him in.
It's motivating for anybody to see, let alone my fiance, knowing that I'm going through something where I'm trying to figure out exactly what the future holds for me. Something like that definitely motivates me to say, you know what? I'm not done either. I've still got some ideas in the back of my head and still got some juice left to play this game. Travis Kelce is coming back.
Who cares?
Thanks to Taylor Swift. That's a great story. It's just a feel-good no matter how you look at it.
Complete waste of everybody's time.
No matter who you root for.
$12 million with a max value of $15 million. I mean, I had a feeling they're another team. They got to go get, Kittle and Kelce. I'm curious what they're going to do for this draft, because I know Mahomes, and every great quarterback loves a great tight end, but they need another tight end. I mean, he looked tired half the time, Travis Kelce. I think he really wanted to at least get to the Super Bowl and maybe say, hey, but you can't go out like that. I don't think he actually wants to play, though. I think he just feels like I can't go out like that, and they don't have another tight end, so,
And Geno going to the Jets means that Kyler is not going to the Jets.
That's true. Kyler coming to Sacramento. Well, he won't get to play because, there's going to be a lockout for 3 years, according to Dave, but he'll be, he'll be in
Dave
uniform.
says a strike for 3 years.
Yeah, well, I think that means, funny enough, because it felt like this team wasn't interested in Kyler, but we could hit up our guy Chris Watkins, resident Vikings fan. Feels like that's where this thing is headed now. I think that makes sense. I know he doesn't really want to scramble. That's been kind of the thing on Kyler Murray. He does have a cannon, so you get him with Justin Jefferson. I know they lost Jalen Naylor to my Raiders, but you still have some good pieces out there. I don't know what they're doing at running back. They need to go out there and get a running back. Their tight end is decent. So I could see that working.
Yeah, the thing, again, that's a little fuzzy to me is Arizona, the coach there, Coach LaFleur, and it looks like he's got, googly eyes for Jimmy G as a free agent. But he had said, well, and maybe this is just coach speak, Kyler's not a great fit for our system, and Minnesota runs basically the same system, as I've said. So why would the Vikings feel like, it's a great fit for the wide zone?
See,
if Arizona says, he's not a good fit.
It's funny you say that, because this is exactly this is exactly the opposite of when we talk about Scott Perry, right? And how I'll kind of take Scott Perry for, very much on paper what he's saying. We've had conversations about maybe it going a little bit deeper than Dennis Schroeder is going to be our point guard for the next whatever amount of years. that's how I feel about this Arizona thing. The reality is the relationship had already soured with Kyler,
Of course,
and they
of
were
course.
done. And
Right.
they're on the hook for the contract because Kyler wasn't trying to restructure.
Right.
So I don't think it's about the zone, whatever. I think it's just
I
about
understand that.
it's
It's
time
more
to move
palatable
on.
to say, oh, he might not be a great fit for the new system. That's
Yeah.
better than saying, it just didn't work here and he didn't study his playbook enough. And
No.
good riddance.
Yeah, I mean, you got Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson. I think they'd be decent. You know, the Bears in even that division, we've seen. I'm not calling them one-hit wonders, but go back to the Lions, right? We've seen these teams pop in for a season and not really be able to get back to the level they were at. I don't know what to do with the Bears next season. I got no clue.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that division is, and I still don't know what to do with the Lions. They lost. They got to go with just Jahmyr Gibbs now. So I don't know what to do with that division as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Jay, how about Kevin Byard as a free agent fit for the 49ers? Ball hawking safety. Goes and gets the football. Makes plays.
Do we agree that Mustafa is one of the safeties, right?
Yeah.
Then who right now going in is it Siegel?
Might be.
Probably.
Yeah. And you take Byard over him at this point?
I want a playmaker back
How
there.
old is Byard?
He's been around.
Got to be close to 30, if not in his 30s, huh?
Yeah.
He's 32.
Yeah.
He's from Philly, though.
But he's a young 32.
Yeah. He's from Philly, though.
No,
I mean,
know
32's not old, but I get what you're trying to say.
But it does fly in the face of what they're supposedly doing defensively, trying to reset and get younger, and that's what
I think Siegel's going to start.
Yeah.
I think he's going to start.
You're right. Never mind. I withdraw the comment. Thank you.
I'm so glad you said that, though.
What?
Because
Said
they're
what?
trying to get younger, get faster, right?
I said get younger and cheaper, actually, on
Right.
defense. Yeah.
Because aren't there just certain things that teams have to say even if they don't actually believe it? You're never going to say.
Well, they did get a lot younger and cheaper on defense last year.
But I'm saying a team is never going to say we're trying to get older, right? Even if it's just certain things they have to say. Like
Well, you say a different way, though.
Well, but when you have
We need more veterans.
Experience. There you go.
Maybe, sure. But let's take it to basketball. Whenever, what does every team say, right? In all these sports, it's just got to start on the defensive end, right? You could be the worst team, top 5 worst team, and be in a playoff position, but every coach has to say it starts on the defensive end.
I still think that's true to a large degree.
But I don't think they actually believe it. They just have to say it.
Huh. Well, I don't know.
I
think a lot of them do believe it, rightly or wrongly.
Well, I guess they don't make the roster.
But in the NFL, when you hire an offensive coordinator to be your head coach, he doesn't say we got to win with defense. Typically,
they'll still find a way to say that. They still find a way to say that.
It sounds like you're talking about Doug Christie and the Kings.
No,
and Scott
not at
Perry.
all. Not at all. The San Francisco Giants, Buster Posey. We got to get better on defense. Now, they did add Harrison Bader, but they signed Luis Arias to play second.
I know.
Nobody else in the league wanted him to play second. Buster, what are you focusing on this offseason? Well, we got to get better defensively. And they signed Luis Arias because you just have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually believe it, or maybe you do, but you don't believe it as much as you have to say it. Because the truth is, we also, had the worst contact percentage or one of the worst in the league, right? We got to get on base. So we care about defense, but we care about hitting a little bit more.
Some of it is lip service, but it's also true, especially in this analytically driven age. When you look at the numbers on any team in any sport, how do you get better? Well, one way you get better is by being better defensively.
It's just
there's
it's
a
just
lot of
coach
truth
speak.
to it, Alan.
It's
some
coach
of it is,
speak.
but there's also a lot of truth.
Like you
to
said,
it.
it's lip service.
Some of it is, but a lot of it is true.
You get hired to coach the Kings right now. What's the first thing you're saying?
Oh, we got to get better defensively. No, I actually have said, you could ask Jay.
Yeah.
You got to get better
And
defensively.
shoot.
You got to make shots.
Mhm.
I've been saying that for
forever.
3 years.
Since you've been here, yeah.
Everybody you talk to, every coach. Well, you
But
got to
that's
do it
just
on the
coach
defensive
talk,
end.
though.
That's what I'm saying.
So what are you,
How is that
besides.
not true, though?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you trying to get to?
I'm just
Because
saying.
all coaches and GMs say the same thing.
Because I'm saying that I don't. Right. But then deep down their heart of hearts, I don't know that the GMs necessarily believe that. I think they might say, hey, if we run and gun enough, our defense is whatever. I'm not saying they don't care about defense. I'm saying everybody pretends like it's priority number one.
But I don't think it's pretending. I think that's the norm. It's coach speak, it's GM speak, and that's why we find it refreshing when you have a Ime Udoka, someone who doesn't mind just telling you how he feels or as close to the real as possible. But every coach and every general manager, for the most part, they're all going to say the same things because they don't want to show you their hand. They don't want to tell you where they're going. There's so many different reasons, but I don't necessarily think that they believe that.
Okay, well then, then you
I
agree.
think it's just
okay.
Well, I think
I agree with you, but in different form.
Yeah,
you agree.
Interesting from this standpoint. When the Kings hired Mike Brown, and I'll go back and find it. I think it was Mark Spears who did an interview with Mr. Ranadive, and he talked about, I'll find it here, and he said something like, the league is changing now. It's more offensively driven. And he said that was one of the things he asked Mike Brown about. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he said he kind of challenged him, like, you're a defensive coach. The league is getting more and more offensive-minded now. Again, I'm not making this up. This is documented. And I always wondered if that was one of the underlying issues for Mike Brown here is he's a defensive coach. Think how many times he talked about we got to get better defensively, right? He said it all the time.
And then they got Sasha.
Yeah. And if you have, ownership that was from the time they hired him saying we want to focus more on the other end, that you can see how that would be a problem.
And that's why, give me a guy like Mike D'Antoni. We're not playing these games.
How many rings?
You get out there.
How many rings?
Well, you can say that about a lot of coaches. You can say that about a lot of coaches that were defense first too.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there, shoot some threes. We'll figure it out.
Then a better way to ask is how many of those offense is all that matters, defense doesn't matter. How many of those coaches?
But nobody says that. Nobody says that.
Right, because it's not very smart.
Because they're not allowed to say it.
Because they know it doesn't work.
Because they know, hey, this guy's not talking about defense.
I'll tell you, that's a disagreement I've had with the great Jerry Reynolds. You go back to your beloved Warriors, and I would talk about, everyone says their offense is so good, but defense is what really set them apart. And he would tell me, no, the offense set them apart.
See?
Because that offense was incredible.
See? And Jerry Reynolds knows ball.
Well, he definitely does.
So we're on the same page. Me and Jerry on the same page.
I have to get Jerry back on the show.
That's all I need.
Yeah. Could a guy who plays at Sutter Health Park end up as the best baseball player ever to wear number 16?
I know who.
We're back with that and more next. Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from consumeraffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, after hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today! ! Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words switch today in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, March 14th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In golf, a tee can refer to the area where you hit your opening shot on any hole, or it can be the little piece of wood or plastic that holds your ball off the ground so you can hit your tee shot. Now, if you're not already confused, let me try harder. In earlier times, golfers made tees from little heaps of sand, and the sand was kept in little boxes called tee boxes, which gives us the historical connection and gets us back to where we started. Various types of reusable tees were invented over the years, made of rubber, cork, or paper. But the first commercial tee like we know today was the Ready Tee, invented by an American dentist in 1921. It was white wood with red tops, so they were easy to find. Today's tees are made of wood or plastic and come in many colors, and there are anti-slice tees, friction-free tees, brush tees, flexible tees, and even biodegradable tees. I'm partial to a tee with contrasting color measuring points, so my ball is teed up the same height every time. Check your local pro shop for lots of choices. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Like the beam for Sacramento Kings. We the beam team, ayy. Like the beam for Sacramento Kings. Like the beam.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
I don't know if you're going to see much defense tonight, Alan, so you'll be pretty happy with the Kings against the Pacers. Alan says defense is meaningless in sports. Did I misquote you?
I'm going to just be honest. You know, if I was a coach, I would just say, look, guys, when the ball come to us, we're going to rebound. When somebody trying to run past us, we're going to try to stop.
That is not rebounding. That's wrong.
When somebody try to run past us, we're going to stop them. We're going to try to stop them. On offense,
we're going to try to stop them. And if the ball comes to us, we'll grab it.
Yeah, on offense.
You must be over at the Y, coaching that team.
Look, we box out. Cool. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
Boys and Girls Club.
Offense, we put the biscuit in the basket. We got 5 buckets over there. Everybody on that floor is a threat. That's how you get them. Not this running around. Oh, let me run through this screen. No. You get on offense. That's where you make your money.
Huh.
Okay?
So you let the other team score as quickly as possible because then
you defend, but I'm not going to have defenders out there that can't make a basket. I'm prioritizing bucket getters.
But are you going to have offensive players who can't guard anybody?
Maybe won't have two. But I need two-way guys. I need a two-way guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have any, he's a defensive dog. If he can't make a bucket, he going to be on that bench. I'm not sitting here trying to watch you brick shots all day. Come on, man. Because that's the thing now. They will find you, and whoever on your team. That's why I think if the Warriors even got LeBron, I don't think right now you can run, and I know it would make Draymond better, but you're not seeing the days of, hey, Draymond just doesn't have to look at the basket. Teams aren't like that anymore. Everybody on that team can do something. The Jalen Williams from Arkansas that everybody thought he wasn't very good, what did he have, like 29 or something last night? He's making threes. Like, all these guys are able to do both. That's where we're at right now. And if I'm looking at them like a pie chart and saying you can do both, I'll take 60-40 offense to defense versus 60-40 defense to offense.
You got to be a top 10 team in both offensive and defensive rating if you want to win an NBA championship.
We just want sustained success.
Okay. And you want to sell tickets.
And I want to sell tickets.
Yeah, that I think was the original cliche from Bear Bryant, which was offense sells tickets, defense wins championships.
Yeah, well, the Kings, Never. There's a layup there, but I'm not going to take it. 209 says Allen sounded like the next Coach Carter. Thank you. Rich Wood? I had another sister named Cindy.
I have to ask you as a favor, even as a joke, please don't say, the ball comes to us, we'll rebound it. Just not even as a joke. It just makes my
What's the
skin
problem?
crawl, because that's not what rebounding is.
You
That's
jump.
like passive ball catching.
Okay, I'll do you one better.
When the shot doesn't go in, you go get it, Alan.
Yeah, it goes
You don't
up.
Grab. If it comes to me, I'll grab it.
I jump. I can jump. I'm a box out. I'll jump. But that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? I mean, come on. You paid Domas. All he does is rebound.
Yeah.
Now you can't even move him.
Most defensive possessions that are successful defensive possessions end with a rebound.
I agree with that. I'm not saying to run away from the ball. I'm just saying I'm not going to sit here.
You're not going to really
we're not going to be doing 2 hours of rebounding drills. We do 2 hours of bag work. That's what we will do.
I used to do a drill with 8th grade girls at Our Lady of the Assumption called NBA No Babies Allowed. You have 3 players out there. You get the ball. When you score a basket, you're out. You get to go to the end of the line.
Yeah.
There are no fouls.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Get the ball in the basket, you're out.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're still on the floor until you get a basket. And at first, I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
I think I got that from Coach Swan. The girls loved it. They would ask to play it.
Okay.
We do no babies allowed.
Yeah. So they're all on the court?
Just 3 at a time.
Okay, so you get the rebound.
And then a line. Yeah, you score, you're out. You go to the end of the line.
I got you.
Yeah, so you're out there until you get the biscuit in the basket, as Coach Allen says.
I like that. And you can do a little rebounding, too.
Well, you better.
Yeah, you do a little rebounding. You ever play King of the Hill?
How so?
King of the Hill, you have the ball at the top of the key, and there's a line underneath the basket for people waiting to play. So the person that's at the baseline passes you the ball at the top of the key, and you get, some people do a certain amount of dribbles or whatever. You just get one shot as they're defending you. If you make it, you stay on, King of the Hill. If you miss, the other guy gets the rock, and now he's King of the Hill. Now he scores on the next person. Oh, yeah. That was the basketball camp. Oh, I'm King of the Hill.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least for 5 until they figure out I'm left-handed. Then I'm no longer King of the Hill.
Yeah. Every left-handed basketball player at any level has a built-in advantage. Because it takes a certain amount of time, sometimes longer than it should, to figure out, oh, they're left-handed.
That's what we're going to call up. Look, where we're at right now, everything that's been going on with the Kings, it's been a tough season. We're going to partner with them, Jay. We'll make some calls. We do a King of the Hill battle at Golden One. King of the Hill battle. We'll have some coaches play as well, some listeners. King of the Hill battle at Golden One.
Logical Raptors fanatics says only one player can have the ball at one time. What do you do when you don't have the ball? It matters a lot. And I think this person really is Canadian, huh? Defense in the NBA is a team togetherness and talented anchors. Spelling defense with the C.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to defense. I just think people talk about it way more than they actually care about it. That's my whole point.
Do people talk about winning? I think you talk about winning much more than you actually care about it.
I care about
winning. You
winning.
don't care about defense and rebounding.
I care about winning. I win my way.
Do you care about this? 16 days until opening day in baseball. Here's your number 16s, Jay. You were just hanging out with a famous 16.
The Doc!
Dwight Gooden.
Yeah.
That's right.
I figured that was one.
Now retired with the Mets. We had a good time with Dwight Gooden.
He's a good dude.
Enjoyed our interview.
I was trying to get out there.
Yeah. Going way back, Whitey Ford.
Yep. Your buddy?
Another Whitey?
Yeah.
Spelled the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Reggie Sanders. I don't know if you met. He was a Giant for a while.
Cincinnati Red.
Bobby Grich.
Don't know who
Good
that is.
player, second baseman. For the Giants, Angel Pagan. Pagan.
Okay.
Oh,
He was
that's
Crazy
my guy.
Horse, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, no, I thought that was Puig.
Well, Pagan was something like, they called him something like.
Yeah, no, that's my guy.
Angel Pagan is your guy?
Angel Pagan.
Oh, yeah, man. He used to work out in the forest in jeans. What?
And you did that?
No, but he did. Everyone said, hey, look at he's working out in jeans again in the forest.
What is it? How do you work out in
He
the
would be
forest?
picking up, logs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you know this? Social network?
Nah, I mean, he's a giant. That was, hey, look at, he's doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the jeans on, and he's working out, carrying logs around. Maybe he lived on a farm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my guy.
Yeah, I remember they got him from the Royals, if I'm not mistaken. And he had a reputation for being kind of a careless base runner, took circuitous routes to the baseball. And right after they got him, did an interview with Bochy, and I asked him about those things. And he didn't deny them. I thought he'd go, oh, no. But he said, well, we'll work with him.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much a done deal then if the skip is saying, yeah, we've got to do some work with him on some of these things.
He definitely has a very, famous in the park home run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what he did.
Just hit it and run.
Yeah.
Run like the wind.
Oh, yeah.
But there may be a guy wearing 16 now, Jay, at Sutter Health Park. Who knows? No disrespect to Dwight Gooden. Maybe he'll be the greatest, at least, hitter to wear 16 ever. What do you think, Alan? Nick Kurtz. Number 16, Nick Kurtz.
It's quite the start. We'll know a lot more after sophomore season, but he makes hitting look easy. And what I love about Nick is, and I told you this, right, that he went to my wife's rival high school in not middle of nowhere, but in central Pennsylvania. He went to the rival high school, so got a special place. He's all over, Lancaster, Pennsylvania out there. But what I love about him is he's big as heck, but he does go the opposite field.
Yeah.
A lot of people just obsess, and that was the thing about, Brandon Belt. You got the second baseman in right field. I can't stand that, man. And I understand back in the day, when people say, just go the other way, like Mickey Mantle, and I get it. They're throwing 105 miles per hour, but Nick Kurtz, his ability to go the other way, that's the best thing I like about his swing.
That was my favorite Boch quote ever, interviewing him. We were talking about Brandon Belt, and he was in one of his, periods where he was struggling a little bit, probably 2011, something like that. And Boch said, well, he's got to get his big boy pants on.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think, Jake? Nick Kurtz.
As everything Alan said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's on pace. If you could just prognosticate on out, he probably will.
Yeah, looked effortless last year. Looked almost too easy for him at times.
Who would have thought
natural.
Jacob Wilson would get Wally pipped for that Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I wasn't counting it.
I think he thought it was a done deal.
He was cruising along, and then he went on your show.
Well,
yeah, and then got hurt, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And his average plummeted.
That's not.
And these are facts.
Nah,
these are facts.
He did a lot of other stuff,
He
too.
was like 98.9% chance to win Rookie of the Year, went on Alan's show, got hurt, average fell apart.
By the way, from Troy Perry.
He still had a pretty good year, but yeah.
Well, it was good. I think that was Gregor Blanco who worked out in the forest with jeans, not Angel Pagan. You're right. It wasn't Pagan. It was Gregor Blanco. Wow. Yeah.
You call yourself a Giants
Alan
fan.
took a circuitous route to that story.
Thanks, Troy.
Apparently. Thank you, Troy.
It's I thought I'd be Frank Viola. Wasn't he 16?
Yes, I believe he was.
Yeah.
See, Whitey forgetting people again.
No, I just don't put everybody.
You don't put
on
everybody
the list,
on
and
there.
I appreciate when Jay or you, usually Jay, says, "Hey, what about this guy? What about that
Did
guy?"
Did you include Angel because he was a Giant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Just
I
check.
did.
That's
I
right.
did.
He's my guy.
Yeah. Why nobody needs to lose like the Pacers need to lose. We come back, wrap things up next on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, March 14th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
They do not know what Sactown brings. When on the low, that's a Sactown thing. Talking about us, it's a bounce out thing. Must they forgot we some Sacramento Kings. Whole squad going crazy, yeah, we back with it.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Thank you, Troy Perry. Troy Perry here in the chat, as Alan mentioned. Troy Perry says, I think that was Gregor Blanco working out in the forest with jeans on. And then Mike Gardetto says, I thought it was Pablo Torrealba. So I don't know, but I think Alan, he had that harrowing experience last night where someone knocked on his door. And so I think maybe he's still feeling that a little bit.
It was one of those two, man.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I think Troy is right.
All I'm getting, Whitey, is Giants fans have no clue what the hell's going on with their team.
No, Jay.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting, man. Come on, man.
We're not doing that, Jay.
And you supposed to be the host with the most, brother, about the Giants. You don't even know.
They're both outfielders. How am I supposed to tell them apart?
No. Don't.
If it's not those 3 years for the Giants, then no one knows about any of their history besides those 3 years.
Those guys both were there those 3 years.
That's right.
Man,
I think, you know what? No, and this is how I'm going to just...
Didn't Blanco have the big catch? And
this is how I'm going to shut this down right now.
Look at you, the Padre fan out-dueling the Giants fans.
I think they worked out together.
That a boy.
Yeah, no,
way to group them.
No, they worked out together. Okay?
Until I see proof, I'm going to say no.
They worked out together. This is not about me. It's about Angel Pagan.
It's about Giants fans.
This is about.
So was Angel Pagan your favorite, or was it actually Blanco?
My favorite, during those years?
Yeah, or was it Marvin Bernard or somebody? I mean, it sounds like you're not sure.
Well, you're asking me a different question now.
Right.
Angel Pagan's my guy.
Okay, I wanted to make sure he was your guy and not somebody else.
No, he is my guy, but who was my favorite during that stretch? I mean, it's probably a cop-out, but I did like the classics. I liked me some Brandon Crawford. I really did. He was from the Bay. The picture, keep the Giants here. It was probably Brandon Crawford. I was pretty basic. Because during those years, I mean, it's either your picks were. That's right.
Angel Pagan, Crazy Horse. So, Jay, what happened when I said his nickname
what was
Crazy Horse? Wasn't that Puig?
Yeah.
It was his Crazy
Horse.
So
what was Puig?
These Giants fans.
It was Crazy Horse. I remember now.
Okay.
I remember now.
All of a sudden, huh?
No,
it's all coming back to me.
That was a long time ago, man.
I know.
That was lifetimes ago. Lifetime.
Well, it was for me too.
Yeah, it's a little different. When you're so invested in a team and it's your team winning, things get a little bit misconstrued. When you're on the outside looking in, it's easy to separate and remember things like that.
Yeah, really? Okay. All right. Anyway, number 16.
I did know that.
16 days till opening day.
Man.
Yeah, and you said Team USA is also playing again
Yeah, they
today?
got Italy tonight. And Italy, I got to look at their roster. Apparently, Italy's got some dudes on it. So it shouldn't be a walk in the park, but, you know, they should take care of business.
Do they still have, I'm not joking, doesn't Italy have the espresso machine in the dugout?
I think they had that last time.
Okay.
I remember them bringing, I don't know if they do right now. Looking here, the infielders, not a ton of big names. Well, they got Jack Caglione. He's the one from the Royals. He's a huge name with the Royals, but I don't know. Ron Wotus is a bench coach.
Ron Wotus? Huh? Ron Wotus? Ruby-looby-loo.
As well as Jorge Posada. And the manager, Francisco Cervelli.
Oh, okay.
That's a name drop.
Yeah.
You know, they got some
He was a catcher,
dudes.
wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Long time.
I better look it up.
No.
That one's not the most reliable one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he definitely was a catcher.
That was about everybody's history but the Giants' history.
Oh, they got Aaron Nola on the squad as a pitcher. Italy does. So I don't know if he's throwing tonight. Probably not. Michael Lorenzen. So they got some names. It's just the hitters, man. That's the thing about these teams. They just don't have the firepower like Team USA does.
Right. Well, Dominican might.
That's
Japan might have some of that.
I think it's Dominican hitting wise.
Yes. That's an incredible lineup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Puerto Rico's missing a bunch of dudes too.
Now it should get good as you get down to weed out some of the lesser countries that have been plucky and competitive, but now we get down to the real tight competitions.
Yeah.
That's where maybe you could argue that, well, baseball, if it's really going to be fair, you should play more than one game at a time against somebody.
Right.
You know, if you're really trying to gauge who has the best team.
Hold on, man.
All right.
Hold on,
What's
guys.
up?
I think we should, I'm just triple checking here because we know Elon's world.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Jay, I think we got to play it, man.
The sounder?
Yeah.
All right.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sactown Sports breaking news.
From Adam Schefter, the Ravens have backed out of the Max Crosby trade.
Wow.
The Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement for Max Crosby. We will have no further comment at this time. This is from Adam Schefter about 6 minutes ago. I don't know what that means, but going back to the whole conversation about his injury.
Yeah, I would think my first thing comes to mind is it's something regarding a physical.
Yeah, that's all. It's just a picture from the Raiders 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We just can't have nice things, man. Now, we'll see, funny enough, talking about the Giants and everything that happened with them with Carlos Correa, I wonder.
Right, that's one of the first things I thought of as well.
Yeah, this is.
Why the Raiders first, though?
I don't know.
Like, I'm looking at Ian Rappaport and a bunch of guys, you know.
Yeah.
And gals, I should say.
Yeah,
too.
Ravens. Yeah, Raiders posted this 4 minutes ago. Only the Raiders, man. Only the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens have backed out. So you're coming out and saying another team has backed out. Why you first?
Right. Yeah. I guess
Control the message?
The Ravens, I'm just checking their social, nothing. Yeah, besides the video from Snoop Huntley.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're the Ravens, and I completely agree with both of you, I think it's a physical.
Yeah. People are all asking, how does this even happen? Got to be failed physical.
Got to be a failed physical. Which we knew at the end of last year. We had heard whispers. Or not even. We knew he was hurt. But we didn't know if it was serious or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, he's limping around. And remember the whole, I'm playing basketball in the house. Remember, he was hooping
Right.
at the house and showed it on social network, and people were like, "Oh, did they sit him down?" But he said he was hurt, but it wasn't nothing that was that serious.
Yeah, well, that was the whole argument. He wanted to play.
Yeah.
And, I mean, but here's the thing. This is what we learned from the Carlos Correa situation and from the Mark Williams situation in the NBA. The team decides, this is what gets squirrely, guys, with these situations, like the Lakers. The team decides what is healthy enough or not. As far as I know, there's no universal understanding.
Right. There's also no veteran of as many years as Max Crosby has played who is 100% like, oh, he's perfect.
So this is what happened with the Lakers, and people said the same thing about the Giants because they were about to cash out Carlos Correa. It can be used if you want.
Right.
It can be used as a way to
Correa went on to continue playing.
And he played with the Twins.
Yeah.
So it can be used as a way to get out of a deal if you get cold feet.
And that also tells me the fact that the Raiders are releasing the information first tells me that they're not happy.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, the Ravens backed it. Now all of a sudden everything is like, what happened? I mean, the Raiders don't share the reasoning, so that tells me the Raiders are not happy about that. I do think it's something where the Ravens either had cold feet or maybe there was some medical finding that maybe it's reasonable for them to go, I don't know about that.
Whether it was legit enough or not, it can be used if you decide, man, everybody is saying, and that's what's so funny, guys, when everyone's saying, man, the Raiders, they all gave up 2 picks for Max. Well, actually, that knee, Max, what's that there? Mm-hmm. And I don't know how they can avoid that, you know what I mean, or fix that or whatever, but it is kind of a...
Maybe the Ravens said, look, can we do something about this? And the Raiders said, no, they're backing out of the deal.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Only the Raiders.
What does this do to your rebuild in your offseason?
What happens?
And what do you do with Max?
Right. No, I'm saying, what do you do with Max? He comes back.
I'll tell you what, we were interested in him. But now some teams have moved on and they've made other, they've done. We actually got somebody from the Packers.
Right. Well, this is a
rather
trade.
Have Max, but maybe I can back out of that deal too.
Right. This is a trade, not free agency. So,
yeah.
And a lot of money got spent yesterday, guys. You know, that's the other thing, Jay. If you're the Raiders, you're probably thinking, bruh, why couldn't you do this or say this before free agency?
Yeah.
So, because now...
Well, technically, they're not signed, Alan.
That's true.
Maybe they can back out.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably could because, hey, we're not even allowed to sign you until tomorrow, so you are not signed.
Yeah.
The Cowboys and Bears were among the teams that missed out on Max Crosby.
Were there any...
Patriots missed out on Max Crosby.
I feel like I heard someone, and maybe it was verbal on a show or something, let a package be known that it was 1 first-round draft pick and a second from someone, and it might have been the Cowboys. It might have been your guy, Whitey. But now you got Rashawn Gary.
I don't like to divulge that.
We back in Tennessee again?
That's interesting. Because Max always said what? He was like, I'm a Raider. Even he did his little podcast or whatever after he got traded. He said, I will be a Raider for life and I'll retire.
Morrison tell us he's not getting
traded.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like to me, based on what Kirk was telling us, guys, I don't think he's getting 2 firsts. Because that was the whole thing. Guys, I don't think he's getting 2 firsts, right? Then the Ravens said, oh, well, we'll give him 2 firsts.
And even dropped the GM name and said, I just talked to him.
Right.
And he wasn't getting no 2 firsts.
Oh, we'll give him 2 firsts. So then the Raiders say, well, okay, well, we have to say yes. Now all of a sudden the Ravens thinking, should we have given up 2 firsts? Is Max fully healthy? There's no way Max doesn't start the season.
The Cowboys, according to Newsweek, were reportedly in the mix. Hold on. It should say here what the offer is. Cowboys, according to Schefter, were willing to offer a first and a second-round pick to the Raiders.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's still a heck of a deal, though, right?
Jay, maybe John Lynch should give the Raiders a call, huh?
I ain't lying. What we throwing out there? We got a bunch of 4th-round...
For that broken down has been...
We got 18 4th-rounders for you.
2 7ths, yeah.
Yeah.
Conditional.
Crazy. I don't know how I know how it happens, but to me, guys, and it's just such a funny situation to go from we have to trade Max because he's mad that we didn't play him when he was actually healthy. So now we have to trade him, but now we're trading him, and now he's getting kicked back because he isn't healthy enough. And, of course, we don't know that for a fact, but that's what we're, I guess, assuming for right now as far as the reasons that something like this would happen.
Another NFL insider, James Palmer, noted the deal the Cowboys offered included more than just the first and second round picks. Cowboys made a very attractive offer that included first rounder, second rounder, and more. I'm not sure how much more. They started to feel that it wasn't enough. They were right. So, So there'll be plenty of other teams that'll come a sniffing, but I don't think you're going to get what you were going to get from the Ravens.
No. Well, I think the Ravens said, well, you ain't going to get that from us either. And yeah, it's just so awkward, guys. This is, and no disrespect to Mark Williams, but this is completely different situation than, Dalton Connect and Mark Williams. This is big. I mean, you put out the video. It's been a couple days now. It's weird. It is weird.
All right. We anxiously await further details on that, but our best guess is, as yours probably is as well, must have been something in the physical.
That's just an assumption.
A little rich for our blood.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's nothing anybody can do. It's their life. It's a loophole, right? If you really want somebody.
We assume so,
right.
yeah.
If you really want somebody, you'll take them. The Twins signed Carlos Correa. It wasn't a trade, but Twins signed Carlos Correa, and he played that season.
Yeah.
It was almost a future thing, and if that dotted line isn't signed yet, what can you do?
Yeah, and the Raiders didn't say that they were taking any action against him or anything. They just said, Ravens backing out of the deal.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
You going to be all right, Raider fan?
We'll see where
you got
it
your
ends.
guy back. Your face of the franchise is back.
It's awkward.
Next, you're going to hear Jets. The Raiders are announcing the Jets have backed out of the deal for Geno Smith.
No. Come on, man. This is hard enough. And I don't necessarily.
Geno's going back to the Raiders.
Yeah, and I have nothing against Max Crosby. I just thought the timelines didn't match anymore. That's all. I think Max Crosby, great story, outstanding player, just didn't match.
You get a first and a second, probably, unless there's something here that
then he's got to do.
Are going to go, oh.
What do you do? Another video?
I didn't know he actually is playing on an artificial leg. Short of that,
Yeah.
I think you should be good.
You got another video coming now, right? If he gets traded again to the Cowboys, does he do another video? Another goodbye video? Another, hey, what's up, Cowboy Nation? It's your boy Max.
Just get somebody like, Chris Watkins to edit the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Just change all the coloring.
Yes.
Here you go. Diana Rossini saying Max Crosby did not pass his physical today, per sources.
And as as I take it, Jay and Whitey, that is up to a certain degree, that is up to the team that has traded for you. It doesn't mean that he can't play.
Yeah.
That means that the Ravens had said, we would like you to be healthier. Or we thought you were healthier. Or it wasn't really about that, and we got cold feet.
He is recovering well from left knee meniscus surgery, expected to be ready for the 26th season.
Thing about it is he was making, 29, 30 million, 28, something? So that kicks back into your cap space, right? 30 million right back on the books.
Jay, I don't even think it cleared yet.
Right, that's true. I don't
even think it cleared
You were still in that period of
pending.
Pending.
Crosby underwent meniscus trim surgery in January, was reported as successful. He's been actively rehabbing, encouraging progress, walking without crutches, light activities like shooting a basketball, and he described his recovery as incredible. Maybe it had nothing to do with that, but that's the procedure he just had, and a meniscus trim is not usually anything to be too concerned about.
Well, I'm thinking based on the timing here, he got that surgery after the Raiders shut him down, right?
January.
Yeah, so
he
got that after. So this isn't about why he did not play during the season. This is him getting surgery after that. So we actually don't know what that has looked like. So him playing basketball, that has nothing to do, or, that week where he was shut down and he said, I'm good, he had surgery after that.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that the Ravens are seeing, that's not based on that weekend. He got surgery after that.
Right. But he got it because of an injury that he had sustained at some point.
Yes, but we haven't heard, everything from that weekend of I'm good, that is kind of void now because he got surgery after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that does put a little bit of a damper on your offseason, but you still got a lot of good things going on, and we'll see what happens next, what you're able to get eventually. Probably a 1 and a 2.
How often does stuff like this get out where, I mean, if Max plays, right, I mean, you obviously have a ton of time before the season. That's the other part of this. So if Max plays week 1, should we assume that the Ravens just got cold feet? Is that fair?
Well, we got to at least wait and hear, find out. They're not obligated to say anything.
Well, they're not going to say anything. They're not going to say we got cold feet.
No, but they're going to say something, and we'll know. If they say you had a hairline fracture, or something.
Yeah. Either way, they're not going to say
legit.
We actually didn't want to give up 2 picks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they won't say that.
No, they won't say that.
Just like you talked about coach speak, right, in the NBA. They definitely won't say that.
No, they won't. They'll say we care about defense, though.
Yeah, if it's, we weren't 100% satisfied with the way the healing of the meniscus is going. He plays, like you said, he plays every game, then, we get an idea.
30 back on the books.
That doesn't, that's
You
not
just
right.
tell him, go ahead and stay at home, and we'll keep working if you're the Raiders.
That's not right.
Welcome him back with open arms, Allen.
I mean, he's a baller. Yet the way Allen is acting as if the dude is washed up.
No. It's not about that. I just said. It's just,
Why is it
one,
awkward?
It's awkward. Number 2, the timelines still don't match to me.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't match. They're about to, I don't know if they are trying to fully go into the tank, but.
How long before they're relevant? Best case.
Oh, my goodness.
2?
2. Get Mahomes up out of there, or just make him older and pray.
Mm-hmm.
By that time, I don't know what the Broncos will be doing. But give me 2 to maybe sneak into a wild card. That's all you can do, guys.
Yeah. He recorded, did your guy Max Crosby, 10 sacks and a career-high 28 tackles for loss before missing the final 2 games for surgery. The injury was managed throughout the year without public knowledge.
A div on the chat is saying we better be able to keep Linderbaum. To your point, Jay, about the money coming back on the books.
Yeah.
We got to, dive in with the cap. The capologists will break all that down. But that's a great point because they just gave him $80 million.
Yeah. Or they announced their intention to.
Right.
Again, it's nothing can happen yet.
This is crazy, man.
Everything does have to reset, especially because, it hasn't actually happened yet.
This is crazy. Man.
It'll be all right, Alan.
I don't like this.
It always is. The Raiders always find a way to work things out. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Tell you what, you call John Lynch. You have your guy call our guy. And we'll work something out.
I do wonder, though, based on the Max video, how much he really wanted to leave. Because it didn't sound like it was an actually an ugly breakup. It sounded like, hey, this just makes sense for everyone. Because then he also said he wanted to finish a Raider. So I definitely, to your point, Jay, there's definitely a world where if they can keep Linderbaum and, they make some other adjustments, there's definitely a world where they enter a hybrid rebuild. Then, if you're a Kings, Raiders, A's fan, you got 3 hybrid rebuilds.
Mm-hmm. I think, let's be honest, all of the moves they made, they picked up the receiver you like so much.
Jalen
all
Naylor,
those now they have to rework those and go, wait, can we do that? Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Tell his agent we'll call him back. We got to crunch some numbers.
That is not great. Yeah, that's a lot of money coming back on them books.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Tonight, Kings and the Pacers. Allen is very confident in his prediction that the Kings are going to emerge victorious tonight.
Yeah, -3. Look, y'all, I just don't see the Pacers with enough firepower. Unless something comes out, hold on, Whitey, we can throw out, one more check at the NBA injury report. But I don't know. The Kings, when is the last? It feels like it's been forever, guys. Remember when the Kings were just not letting Russ and DeMar play basically any minutes in the second half? They just stopped doing that. They stopped doing that like 4 or 5 games ago. So I don't know. Do they get back to that tonight? Absolutely no clue. But I do feel pretty confident. I'm looking here just to confirm. No DeMar. No DeMar on it. All the same. Usual suspects.
So no DeMar tonight.
DeMar is not on the injured list. Yeah. DeMar is not on the injured list.
Just yes, DeMar. Yeah.
Yeah. Still Nembhard doubtful. McConnell out. Furphy out. Jarris Walker probable. Zubac out. Pascal Siakam out.
They are a really bad offensive team, and they're a really bad defensive team. Offensively, they're dead last in the NBA in offensive rating, and they're 25th in defensive rating. So they're doing a really good job of, how did Coach Carlisle put it? They're doing a really good job of looking at everything and looking at a lot of different guys, a lot of different combinations. By the time we're done, we're going to have a significant amount of information collected on our entire team. This is meaningful. In other words, we're tanking.
Yeah,
they're
that's
doing a really good job of it.
That's beautiful.
That's excellent coach speak, isn't it?
It is. That's elite.
It is.
But I do wonder, though, I'm just very fascinated as to how the Kings go about this tonight. Because all we've heard Doug say, and correct me if I'm wrong, is we know that we have to, I'm paraphrasing, prioritize the future and development. But he's never, based on rotations, I don't know that Doug has ever said something like that. Because we've never seen super wonky rotations like what the Pacers have done.
Well, it's kind of put up or shut up moment for the Kings.
Yeah.
And I know you could make an argument that either way is the way to go, but all right, you really are serious? If you're really serious about doing everything you can to get the first pick, well, tonight, what are you going to do about it? You're going to have to do things differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have, this is from Ian Rappaport, NFL Media, the latest NFL Network on Max Crosby and that trade being rescinded by the Ravens.
So Max Crosby had surgery to repair his meniscus at the end of the season, right around the end of the season, okay? And meniscus repairs can take 3 to 4 months. He was doing well. It was not as major as it could have been, but these are the kinds of injuries, something we said a lot of times on TV. The recovery from a meniscus repair is months, not weeks. So if you trade for Max Crosby, you have a belief that he is not going to be fully healthy, but that he's going to be far enough along where you feel confident that his knee is going to be fine. This decision, which the Raiders say that the Ravens have made, is an indication that they do not believe it is going to be fine. It is a lot to invest in a pass rusher. It is 2 first-round picks. It is a historic trade, the first time they've ever traded a first-rounder for any player. And it appears that the Ravens are just not comfortable with what they found during the medical exams for Max Crosby. So the trade is now off.
So before you go after the Ravens, Alan, we don't know what they found. We don't know.
Yeah, but even Ian Rappaport kind of said this is the first time they traded this much draft capital. So he kind of said they weren't really used to doing stuff like this.
Yeah, but we just don't know. If they found swelling or something, it's like, whoa, it does seem curious because they were fully aware. Everyone knew he had the surgery in February.
We'll see.
Everyone knew he had it.
We'll see.
Yeah, and they made the trade for him anyway.
Yeah.
And then like, oh. We'll find out more. We're all over it tomorrow.
If Max knew it wasn't great, I don't know that he makes the video like that. If he thought this might get bounced back, you write a check. You better be sure that it ain't going to bounce back.
Yeah. To me, the tell is that the Raiders are the ones coming out and saying they backed out of the trade. Yeah.
It's all about the future now and what that knee actually looks like. That's what it is.
And what will the Kings do tonight to ensure their future goes the way they hope it goes? Can't wait to find out. We got game night for you coming up next on Sactown Sports.
Because